This episode is brought to you by Quince. Now, if you live in a certain part of the United States right now, your nights may be starting to cool off. They are not here in Los Angeles, and they won't for some time. But if you're in that position, you may be thinking about making your bedroom a little more cozy, and switching to Quince bedding might be the best move you make this season. Quince's bedding delivers high-end materials at half the price of similar brands. By partnering directly with top factories using safe, ethical practices, they cut out the middlemen so you get the best without the markup. We're still using our Quince sheets right now, and it's really transformed my sleep quality. And the craftsmanship, I did not realize there could be craftsmanship in a sheet. But as it turns out, there is. There's a whole world of sheets out there I didn't understand, guys. Level up your bedding this fall with Quince. Go to quince.com/burger for free shipping on your order and 365-day returns. That's QUINCE.com/burger. Free shipping and 365-day returns. Quince.com/burger.
DSW, Designer Shoe Warehouse, is the one-stop shop for all your footwear needs. With sneakers, boots, and everything in between, for every style, mood, and occasion, you'll definitely find shoes that get you at prices that get your budget. DSW has what you need, but more importantly, they have what you didn't even know you wanted. You never know what you'll find at DSW. Find the shoes that get you at prices that get your budget at DSW stores or DSW.com.
Hi, everyone. It's Joe. Thank you all so much for listening to our season finale last week. It was a great feeling to bring the season to an end. It was a really huge season for us. There was 2 additional episodes to the main show. We were doing Young Leaf alongside it. It was a lot, and we had a fantastic time, and we were just really glad that all of you were there to hear it. So we're in the hiatus now, and some of you may be a bit sad, but if you are a subscriber on Apple Podcasts, or if you're subscribed at the $5 level on our Patreon or on Supporting Cast, then for you, the hiatus is when the party starts. We are in the middle of Hiatus Fest 23-24 in subscriber land. And one of the things that's part of Hiatus Fest 23-24 is Shift Notes. Shift Notes is our hiatus show where myself and Finlay and the occasional special guest will go episode by episode and just talk about what went into the show. And we go on a lot of weird tangents, and we end up talking about a lot of things that have nothing to do with the show as well. We have a really good time, and it's really just a way of us celebrating the show, but also celebrating the people who support the show, because we talk about them a lot, and we read a lot of questions from our subscribers, and we just have a great time. And we wanted to show you a sample of that good time in case some of y'all wanted to come over there and join us this hiatus for some fun times. So what we've brought you is a sample free episode of Shift Notes. This is going to be chapter 23, Know Your Enemy, where we go through the episode and we go through a lot of other things too. It's a lot of fun. So if you would like to join us, you can subscribe on Apple Podcasts or at the $5 level on Patreon or Supporting Cast, and you can find all of those links in the show notes for this episode. So, hope you join us. Would love to see you there. And now, without further ado, here is Shift Notes, Chapter 23, Know Your Enemy. All right, look, first off, I think we need to discuss your haircut.
All right, let's talk about it.
Okay, we need to talk about it. Now, for those of you who don't know, Finlay Stevenson went to the salon, okay?
Oh, wait.
And there at the salon, she got a sassy new haircut, okay? Sassy new haircut. And I want to say right now that the sassiness levels since the haircut have risen precipitously.
Oh, have they?
She's wearing her sassy pants on her head now.
Sassy pants!
And the sassiness, there's a lot of sassiness going on. There's a lot of sassiness going on.
I mean, how could there be more than there usually is?
Oh, there is.
Because there's a lot of sass in here.
We've gone through the sassiness ceiling, and we've reached a new plane of existence now with the sassiness.
The sass plane?
Sass plane is where we are. Speaking of sassiness, subscriber Nellie, hi Nellie.
Hi Nellie.
Wrote in, commented on the last episode that I was a, quote, spicy kitten.
Yes.
In the last episode.
I saw that. A spicy kitten.
Spicy kitten. I've been called a lot of things
Never that.
No one has ever called me a kitten of any kind. I don't have cat energy. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I guess that's true. You don't.
No, you have cat energy. As you see
Thank you
as
for
I
the
see every
compliment.
morning. No, it's true. You have cat energy. Every morning, let's paint a picture for people. Every morning, there is a literal blood sport that takes place in our home, okay? Because Theo, the cat,
Yes.
a.k.a.
The dragon
Ted,
cat.
the cat,
Yes.
the dragon cat, loves to fight all the time with everything all the time. He is a fighter.
Yes.
And now what I'm learning is that this is a learned behavior because you fight with him and he bites you and you push him around and you grab his leg every morning.
Well,
It is on. It is the rumble in the jungle every morning with the cat.
well, listen. First of all, are we not going to introduce the show? We just started right off the bat.
Hello, everyone. I'm Joe. I am here with Finlay Stevenson, my co-producer, Finlay Stevenson. Finlay Stevenson, how are you?
I'm good. I've sneezed a lot of times today.
Let me tell you about Finlay Stevenson's sneezing. Everyone, let's go deep into our little lives. Mm-hmm. It's not a sneeze like, a lot of people sneeze, they go, achoo. There's a world of sneezes out there.
Yeah.
There are people who hold it all inside and they just kind of go, pew,
Yeah.
right? There's those sneezes. And then there are people who sneeze and it's just like a loud ka-cha that rings out across the Alps. Okay?
Echoes.
Right. Mm-hmm. The only word I think I could use to describe your sneezing is sort of a cluster bomb of sneezes. It just kind of goes like.
Okay. Listener,
That's you sneezing.
it doesn't sound anything like that.
It really does. It really, really does. I mean, okay, what is your description of your sneezing?
Well, it's very big. It is a lot. But what did you do? What is that? That's like a flat tire noise.
No, it's not a flat. I'm sorry. Well, I can't possibly mimic the unearthly noise that happens when you sneeze.
It's true. It's surprising every time.
It is always surprising. Like I have heard it many, many times, and every time I hear it, I'm like, Jesus Christ, that's not a human body noise. That's some other noise.
What's funny is that when I cough, like my little coughs that you edit out of
all the time,
everything all the time,
yeah,
people bless me for that. Like they think it's a sneeze. They say bless you all the time.
right.
And when I sneeze, no one says anything.
Yes, they call the paramedics. Is what they do. It's like, Jesus Christ, this woman's exploding. Get clear, everyone, they say.
Yeah. So that happened a lot of times today. And, you can hear it in my nose and in my throat. So sorry, everyone.
You know what? You sound great. And I will say, though, like when you explode, when you do the exploding sneeze.
When I explease?
When you explease. Because some people, like, when the people who hold it in, the people who are like,
Yeah.
I worry about them because I'm like, that needs to go somewhere, and you're not letting it go somewhere.
Yeah, I used to try to do that, and I literally, my ears pop.
Yeah.
So
That's how Finlay lost her spleen, everyone. She had to have her spleen removed
right
because
out
of
my nose.
Sneeze back up.
Yeah.
Anyway, when you do sneeze, it feels like, okay, good. I'm glad whatever that was got out of your body because it was in there.
Yeah.
And it needed to get out of there. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Like a possession.
It
right?
feels pretty
Just
good.
Like, the power of Christ compels you.
It feels pretty good. So, the cat and the fighting and it being a learned behavior.
It is a learned behavior.
I found my little kitten.
Yes, you did.
In the middle of the street.
Yeah.
During rush hour.
Yeah.
During a rainstorm. And I thought he was a leaf, like a little branch that had fallen until he lifted his head and turned it. And I was like,
right.
This is my kitten now. But I think probably the mama cat was running across the street and dropped him.
Yeah.
And he was too young to be separated from the mama cat, but I could not find the mama cat. So
Right.
I became the mama cat. But what is hard with that is that he did not get socialized by a mother kitten who teaches the cat what level of biting
Yeah,
and
appropriate
fighting
behavior
is
Yes.
acceptable.
Right.
And so I tried to discourage the fighting for a while until
Sure.
it became the only way he would play with me. And so now I just play with him back and
Yeah.
usually have scratches all up and down my arms.
Yes, because it's not normal cat playing. He is playing to win. Sometimes you won't even be playing with him. He'll run up to you and just bite the shit out of you.
Oh, yeah.
He'll just bite your arm.
Yep.
That's what he does.
Yes.
Violence.
Sometimes.
Every morning violence.
Yeah, sometimes it happens like in the middle of the night. And in the middle of the night, in the dark in my room, it's not a
Yeah.
game. He is
No.
trying to kill me.
Yeah. It is. It's like, well, it is what it is. I mean, there's no way, we can't undo this behavior now.
I
because
tried and
he's-
it didn't work.
He's
so,
an adult.
yeah.
And so are you.
I
And you
mean-
guys are you're just in it now. And this is the relationship,
Yep.
Yeah.
Also, I
Oh,
love
well.
him. He's the best.
He's great. And I will say that he is great. He is also very, very violent.
He's very sharp.
Very sharp, very violent.
Yeah.
Always trying to pick a fight with everyone all the time.
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like he hates
I'm walking up the
legs.
stairs. He's trying to pick a fight with me.
Uh-huh.
Hates legs.
Yeah, I've never had a cat before that rips and tears
Yeah,
with his teeth.
He doesn't just bite. He'll try and literally rend the flesh
Yeah.
from your body.
Or
like
the
he's trying to
pants, like
eat you.
whatever he has a hold of. He'll just
Yeah,
try
he's-
and rip it.
He's torn holes in our comforter.
Socks,
Socks.
pants,
Mm-hmm.
skin,
But again, he's great.
the best.
Yo. Mm-hmm. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, it's Shift Notes.
Shift
Hi.
notes. Hello.
I want to wish a very happy Iceland Exploding Eve to all who celebrate. Damn, I've been watching that. I've been knee deep in the Iceland footage
Yeah.
all day today. I've got the live cam up.
Oh, you do? How's it going?
Everything looks like. Well, here's what's happening right now. As of this taping, honey,
Yes.
the earthquakes have died down.
Okay.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
And you would think, great, earthquakes are bad. But what that means is there's more pressure building up. Yeah. Pressure. And so, it's going to, anytime now, it's going to just kerplode, right? I will say, though, good news is that it looks like less likely that it's going to be an eruption underwater.
Okay.
Because apparently underwater eruptions are bad because they're more explosive when they're underwater.
Okay.
So that's good.
So no tsunami for Iceland?
No tsunami for Iceland.
Okay.
And so I have to say, I'm watching this footage, people being interviewed in Iceland, and it's like they're so calm about what is happening right now.
Mm-hmm.
Just watching these people, how, if I was in that situation, it would be like fucking Bill Paxton in Aliens.
Uh-huh.
I would be like, game over, man.
Yeah.
Game over.
You would. It's true.
But they're incredibly calm.
And I'd be like very Icelandic.
You'd be like them
about it.
right? You'd be
I
very
think so.
Icelandic about it, right? Because these are your people, the people
They are
of
my
the
people.
north, the
Yes.
northern ice people.
The Norderlander. Yes.
Anyway, I don't know that we don't have any subscribers in Iceland, but if you can hear this, you're great and you're doing a great job, and I'm so sorry that your country about every 15 years decides to shoot hot magma
yeah.
at you. There is an upside to this. There's an upside to this if we want to accentuate the positive.
I mean,
The positive aspects of the entire nation kerploding. And that is, of course, if it does explode and there's a massive ash cloud, it will cover vast parts of the earth.
Mm-hmm.
And it will make the weather really cool for like in an otherworldly way for like a year. And you know what that means? New Frankenstein.
What?
See, what happened was, in 1815,
Uh-huh.
a volcano in Indonesia exploded.
Okay.
Kataplum. honey.
Cataplume.
And the ash cloud was so huge that it made the weather cool basically throughout the Earth.
Okay. The whole
And it was called,
Earth?
yeah, the whole Earth. It was called the year without a summer because the summer was very cloudy and it was very cool and it was very,
Okay.
and it made the winter even more bananas crazy, right? And it was in that cold, 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 dark winter that Mary Shelley wrote Frankenstein, the first draft of Frankenstein.
Amazing.
So, New Frankenstein.
Awesome.
You know?
I mean, listen, you guys. I don't condone Joe talking about the upside of a terrible, terrible situation that's happening.
Trying to put a good spin on it.
I mean,
Trying to spin this
it
thing.
might be a little too soon.
PR.
Yeah, don't PR Iceland. They don't need it. They're fucking Iceland.
All right.
You know what I mean?
I won't.
But a new Frankenstein would be dope. You guys, have you ever read that book? It is so scary.
He was dead and then he was alive again.
Yeah.
Anyway, yes, Iceland.
Alive.
We hope you're doing okay. You seem to be doing okay. It seems very well organized, and they've had a lot of warnings. A lot of
Yeah,
imminent
they
warnings.
have
and
it together over
evacuated-
there,
yeah, they've got it together.
evacuation-wise.
They evacuated the town, and now they're just kind of doing this weird waiting.
I mean,
for this thing to
America
happen.
would be like
Dude, I don't even want to. I can't even.
completely.
The refuseniks
Shitting
would be
the
the great
bed.
ones.
I
It's just
mean-
like, it's a conspiracy. There's no
Right.
such thing as a volcano. Mm-hmm. Volcanoes, George Bush did Volcano 9/11. It would just be a lot of that all the time.
Oof.
So they've got a good head on their shoulders, and they're going to be okay.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just going to keep watching this live cam. You know what I mean?
I do. It made me think. So, as you know, for one
Mm-hmm.
of these invisible book projects,
Yes. Many invisible books.
I had an audition this week that required a Scandinavian accent. And so I spent a lot of time researching
Y'all?
various Scandinavian countries and accents and all of
Yeah.
this.
At one point, she walked out in lederhosen. I was like, what's happening right now?
Okay, so that's German.
There's no lederhosen in the northern, with the Nords. They don't have any version of that.
There might
They've got
be,
to.
but I don't think they'd call it that because that's German. Anyway. So I've been in, a Scandinavian rabbit hole for a few days now.
Yes. How do you say rabbit in Swedish?
In Swedish, it's kanin, a kaninhole. Which sounds dirty. I don't know why. And then all of this stuff with the earthquakes and the volcano and all of that started happening.
Yes.
Then it made me start thinking about, because this book has a lot of Viking energy and whatever. So I'm like, Vikings plus volcanoes?
Yeah.
It never occurred to me that there may be some volcanic activity because Iceland is like right there in the middle of Viking territory.
Yeah.
And like, how fucking metal would a Viking volcano be?
Viking volcanoes would be very metal. Yeah, for sure.
Like, they just load up their Drakkar ship thingies and like they're flying out on the lava flows. I mean, listen,
Uh-huh. Yeah.
it's very Valhalla.
Yeah. Strong Valhalla vibes
Yeah.
with the volcanoes.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, it had never occurred to me before. Because I always forget that there's volcanoes up there,
Yeah, there's
until
volcanoes up there.
something like this happens.
Anyway, welcome to Scandinavian news, everybody. We're
Also-
talking about all things Viking and Scandinavian.
Yeah.
Anyway, here we are at Shift
Scandinavia.
Notes.
Yes, Shift Notes.
Yeah, hi, Shift Notes. For the third time. This is the third time we've introduced Shift Notes. Welcome. Now we get to pick which opening we do.
Right. Hello.
The answer is all three. We had to shut down the night breakfast here
Yeah, you guys. We're
I'm so sorry.
sorry.
I mean, it's going to be fine. But yeah, there were so many people and more, and the signups on the night breakfast were keeping a pace, and so we had to like temporarily take it off the secret menu
Because
there's
of
too
the
many
list.
because of the list of names that we have to I have to incorporate
Yes.
in all the scripts. Once I get it down to a reasonable number, we can open it back up again. But thank you to all the people, to everyone who's signed up for that tier. That's crazy.
Amazing. Don't give up on us.
No, don't give up on us. Yeah, it's scripts are being written right now. Names are going in. Things are happening.
Everything's going to be okay.
But yeah, it's we did not think scale when we were doing these tiers.
No.
Scale was not what came to mind. You know what I mean? We figured, maybe there'll be like 20 people in the Monte Cristo tier. Maybe there'll be like three or four.
Our family members.
Yeah, our family members.
Which
Anyway, but it's so great. And it's, you know what? I mean, it's a huge challenge. Some are more challenging than others. I'm looking at you, Sherbert Aggressive. Okay? Some are more challenging than others. But it is fun to do, and it is fun to, like, see people's reaction. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's a great thing. But we do, just to be responsible about it, we're going to have to, like, just press pause on the night breakfast tier.
Yes.
For the time being. And so we are here today. We're talking about chapter 23.
Yes.
Know Your Enemy.
Yes.
The time travel show.
Yes.
Clementine's wild ride through everyone's backstory. It's going to be a good time. But before we do that, here's what I want to do. Follow-ups and questions before we do the show now, because when we did follow-ups and questions after the show last time, I was very tired. So let's do them now.
Okay.
Let's dive in.
Go.
Some follow-ups on Veggie Tales.
Okay.
Last time we were talking about Veggie Tales. Ty has written it. He's given us a lot of great information about Veggie Tales. Ty says a couple of interesting things. The Christian right hates, several A's, hates Paul Vischer these days for being decidedly anti-Trump and pro-BLM, etc. So he is now excommunicate and anathema to the Christian right now, which is interesting.
Is that wrong that it makes me like him more?
I don't know. I mean, it is what it is. But, there's
Also,
internal strife.
When did hate become such a strong Christian value?
Ty also says, Finlay asked, at one point you said, what would Jesus do? Right? Mm-hmm. The fun thing about that is that it didn't start with wristbands in the 90s. That question was popularized by an early 20th century novel called In His Steps by Charles Sheldon, a Christian socialist. The answer to that question is essentially give up all your money, wealth, and property and give it to the poor.
I mean, that is what Jesus would do.
That is literally what Jesus would do.
Did. Because Jesus was a socialist and a liberal.
And I'm sure everyone did that when he wrote this book. When Charles Sheldon wrote this book, I'm sure everybody gave up all their money and wealth and property and gave it to the poor.
When was it written again?
Early 20th century.
Okay.
Not a period of economic inequality at all. The early 20th century.
Everything was fine.
No. Yeah. Anyway, thank you for writing in, Ty. Oh, Ty also adds, he said that he liked my take on Lazarus.
Okay.
Which was essentially, oh no, he died.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
He also said he also has a funny resurrection story. And I didn't know this one. This is a new one for me. Okay, so the funniest resurrection story in the New Testament is in Acts 20. Paul is preaching and talking for such a long-ass time that Eutychus, a young man, falls asleep. And he then falls out a 3-story window and dies.
Whoa!
Everyone runs outside. Okay? Paul picks him up and says, he's alive! And Eutychus is fine. Paul has some bread, and then he goes back in and continues his talk. Bro really wanted to get through his TED Talk.
Jeez, that's, wow.
So the reaction was essentially like when you're at a concert and somebody faints.
Uh-huh.
And like the person goes in the crowd is like, let's get some paramedics over here. Everything's going to be fine.
Right.
It was that level of urgency, but a dead person.
Yeah.
basically. And Paul was just like, live. And he did. And like, everything's fine.
Wow.
I love it if people started being like, let's all jump off the third story. Woo!
Don't
Resurrection
do that,
Fest.
children. Please fall asleep responsibly. With a pillow.
with a pillow.
Not a sidewalk down below.
Anyway, Ty, thank you for writing in for
Thank you, Ty.
A funny resurrection story. Not a lot of them are funny.
That's
okay?
true. That's true.
It's good to know that there's some funny ones out there. Mm-hmm. Amy also writes in about VeggieTales. My kids loved VeggieTales in the late 90s, but it was the songs they loved, not the Bible stories. The hairbrush song and the SUV song were sung constantly. And we should say this. It wasn't all Jesus stories. There were just like goofball nonsense songs for children.
Okay.
Like Rafi style.
Oh,
that were
okay.
also part of VeggieTales. So we should say that. It wasn't
Sure.
all vegetables being Bible characters. Okay, we have more on this category that I've called the CERN betrayal. The CERN betrayal.
No, you guys.
Lucrezia writes in. Lucrezia's back. Hi, Lucrezia.
Hi, Lucrezia.
Lucrezia says, I know it's not the same as the Large Hadron Collider at CERN, but I can still give you a wonderful behind-the-scenes tour of the Virgo Interferometer, the observatory that detects gravitational waves near Pisa, Italy.
Let's go.
I've been there several times and know some of the people who work there. Admittedly, I left Italy for Berlin more than a decade ago, but the Virgo Center is less than 10 kilometers from the town where I was born and where my parents still live, so I'm around a couple of times a year anyway, and I know the area like the back of my hand. And since there is a lot of talk about gravitational waves in the podcast, I'd love to officially invite you to a tour of the place. Who knows, the scientists there might have even hung Modigliani's portrait of Clementine in the lobby. Oh, by the way, last time I forgot to comment, but I love the fact that you chose my name to replace swear words.
Yeah.
I feel like I have made it in life. It couldn't possibly get any better than this. I peaked. Flame emoji.
If we get to go there and get a tour and like use their name as a swear word in front of them, maybe that would top it.
That would be
Let's
great.
go to
Let's
Italy.
go. How hilarious would it be to go to Italy and do that? You know what I mean? I think most people was like, oh, I went to Positano and we had something by the sea or whatever. And, you know, and says, what'd you do in Italy? Well, we went to the we went to the gravitational wave detector.
Science
is what we did. Mm-hmm. I hear this passage from Lucrezia, and I'm reminded that I am, like, on our Discord, I am the least interesting person on our Discord, like, for sure.
I just don't think that's true.
No, it's definitely true. We make things that people listen to while they are doing way more interesting things than we are. That's basically
facts.
Yeah, that's for facts. Anyway, thank you, Lucrezia. It's great to hear from you. Hello.
Yes. I love that invitation. Let's do it.
So,
on our way to CERN.
On the topic of the Roman Empire, now I was informed in our last episode that I should be thinking about the Roman Empire every day. To which I say,
should.
No, I should not be doing that. But apparently a lot of that's going around. Eliza writes in. Hi, Eliza.
Hello.
Eliza says, hi. Finlay, as soon as you asked Joe about the Roman Empire, I paused and asked my husband if he thinks about it and how often. And he said, a lot lately, because there is a new theory going around that the Roman Empire never really fell. It just turned into the Catholic Church, which makes sense with the wealth and art and knowledge that is held by the Catholic Church.
Huh.
And then Eliza adds, anyway, when Joe was pissed that you had a way to go to CERN, it was reminiscent of Ava and Casper arguing. Starry eye emoji.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Eliza then adds, please get a cat emoji.
Yes!
No.
One for Carl Sagan. Yes.
Anyway, that is interesting. I guess people are just out there thinking about the Roman Empire. They're just thinking about it. We were talking about this on the balcony last night because we were trying to revisit the topic, trying to figure out why the hell people are thinking about whoever in the Roman Empire.
Yeah.
And I want to say, first of all, here's something that I didn't talk about on the balcony. Which part of the Roman Empire? We talking about the Pax Romana? We're talking about we're talking about the Roman Catholic years?
I mean, it did last a while.
We're talking about the beginnings? We're talking about several hundred years here.
I mean, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
There was a lot.
We were talking about the fact last night on the balcony. We were talking about the fact that the Roman Empire and the Roman Empire has bro energy. Yeah. There is bro energy in the Roman Empire, and that is why dudes are thinking about it. Because I don't know what it is about the bro energy, but there are very definitive and real bro vibes.
Yeah, it's very like fraternity, pride plus hazing. Like it's got all of that.
Yes. Mm-hmm. And I think maybe that's why.
Does that mean you have? I mean, you don't have a lot of bro energy, honey.
I don't think I do have a lot of bro energy. Have you ever seen me like bro out with someone?
No, I have not.
You've never seen me exude any sort of bro energy?
No,
right?
Never. It's true.
Which is crazy because I literally have a brother.
You
and
do.
Even with my brother, I do not have bro energy.
I have seen you together, and if there is anyone in the world that has less bro energy than you, it is your brother.
It is my brother, yes.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's going to remain a mystery to me. I guess people are just going to keep thinking about the Roman Empire. Maybe they'll move on one day to, I don't know, something else to think about. I don't know. David writes in, no cats, 4 exclamation points.
David!
And at first I was like, yes, finally, an ally. But then right after that he writes, Leaf needs a talking dog, 4 exclamation points.
Whoa!
No! That's not helping. It's the same problem.
Leaf missed out on the childhood puppy dog.
Okay. All right, we got some questions.
Yeah, let's go.
Question from Lattice.
Mm-hmm.
My question is, Finlay.
Yes.
What's your favorite yarnomancy project you've got going or planning? Now, folks, what yarnomancy is, there is a channel on our Discord called Yarnomancy, where people may share the various goings-on in the yarn arts.
Right.
Okay? And Finlay is a yarn person. It was your idea to create the Yarnomancy channel. Uh-huh. We created the channel. Turns out people are just out there yarning it up.
Yarning it up.
It's been a pleasant surprise for a lot of people.
Yeah.
Because yarn and podcast listening do kind of go hand in hand.
Sure.
So that's understandable.
Yeah.
So what have you got going on? What's happening? What are you doing?
Well, I would like for you to describe for the kids what is about to happen. Are you ready?
Yes. Okay, she's lifting up a thing, and it looks like a tiny yellow...
She's literally knitting right now. So she just raised her hands up. I'll do it for you.
I feel like people know that. I feel like people expect some knitting from you while we are doing shift notes. That's kind of like a shift notes activity.
Okay, well,
is knitting.
It should be.
So you're knitting right now. What are you knitting right now?
Well, if you will notice, there are 3 needles involved instead of 2, because I am
now
knitting.
How does that? What do you call that when you use 3 needles?
I call it knitting.
Okay. I don't know. I didn't know if it was some other thing.
No, it's still knitting. It's just how you do it in a circle.
Oh, you're doing something in a circle.
Yes, so I am making little puffy hexagons. So it's
making little puffy hexagons.
It's a little hexagon that is open. So it's basically like 2 flat hexagons, but knitted in the round. And then I'm stuffing it with stuffing to make them puffy.
Okay.
This is going to go really well because this is all visual, what I'm doing. And this is an audio medium, but...
Okay, so you're making... Please. What are you making? What? Okay. Hang on.
So when they're done...
Okay, she's now reaching into her bag of holding.
They look like this.
She's filling... Oh, it's literally a little... It's just a little... It's like a tiny pillow.
It is like a tiny little hexagon-shaped pillow.
It's a hexagon-shaped pillow that you've knitted. It's about the size of, I want to say, your palm.
Yeah, that's right.
About the size of your palm.
Palm of my hand.
And how many of the... You have several of these now. Oh, okay. This is like a Voltron thing. You're going to combine these at one point?
So I have a bag full of them.
You have a bag full of tiny
I don't even know how many are in
hexagons.
Here, but it's a lot. It's more than 20.
And what do you combine them into?
A blanket.
What does it become?
So they are basically kind of like, it's going to be like a honeycomb shape. So you put
Okay.
the hexagons
Right.
together
I see.
as if they're puzzle pieces.
Right?
And
And eventually that will make a gigantic blanket of the
they're
tiny
going
little...
to make a puffy quilt.
Making a puffy quilt type, knitted puffy quilt thing.
Yeah, it may turn into like a baby's play mat because it might be like too thick for.
But this is okay.
a
So this is going to be
blanket.
baby sized. This is not for an adult.
Well, I don't know because I just keep making these little puffy hexies.
Okay.
So we'll see how many I end up with.
Well, that's very exciting.
But it is. Let me see if I can find the name of the pattern in case anybody
please.
wants to look it up. This version is called the apiary puff. The apiary puff.
Okay.
But the initial one that started me, where is this? The beekeeper's quilt.
Beekeeper's quilt.
The beekeeper's quilt
Okay.
by Tiny Owl Knits. It is super cute.
All right.
You make a lot of these little hexy puffs, and then you
Hexy puffs.
join them together, and they make it looks like a little honeycomb.
Well, that sounds delightful, and I'm very excited
Thank you for
to see the
asking,
finished
Lattice.
product. You know what I like about that is that, like, I think the thing about knitting is that, like, I would be knitting and knitting in my mind, in my knitting mind. I'm knitting and knitting, and it's just like, God, it's still not done. But with something like this, it's like you kind of finish something
Yeah.
almost every day. You make a tiny puff, and it's like
I've
made that.
made probably 3 today so far.
Right, exactly. And it's like you have a sense of completion, even though the thing's not done. You have that sort of, it like breaks it up into tiny senses of completion. I think that's good.
Yeah, it's nice.
I would be into that.
It is nice.
That's very exciting. Please keep us updated.
Okay.
All right, now this is a 2-part question from Lattice.
All right.
Joe, with fall here, what's the garden plans? Are you able to keep it with your weather, or is there a tentative truce with the gophers for a few months?
First of
This is
all,
a very important.
what's
this is,
fall?
Yeah, first of all, what is this fall you speak of? Because we are in Southern California.
Yeah.
Everyone has been dying to know what's going on
Gopher
with the
update.
gopher update, right?
Let's hear it.
When last we spoke about the gophers,
This gopher
I
better
had
still be alive.
I had a grand plan. Do you recall my grand plan?
Well, you tried to like sonic sound them out with the
Yes, and that did not work.
Yeah.
That was a sham, right?
Yes. So then you started to plant decoy potatoes.
Gopher potatoes.
Gopher potatoes for them
Gopher potatoes.
to eat, so they'd leave the rest of your stuff alone. How did that go?
Let me tell you how that went. I am pretty certain now that the decoy potatoes, aka rodeo clown potatoes, have worked.
Yeah.
I think so, because the attacks diminished. There's a garden box wherein the potatoes live. I leave them alone. I water them. The sprouts come up. They die off. They come up. They die off. There's just potatoes living in there, living their lives. And I'm pretty sure, but every once in a while, around that particular box, you'll see a little gopher pile.
Okay.
Okay?
Yep.
Gopher pile is like the dirt that it kicks up when it's digging.
Gopher
right?
pile.
Gopher pile. And I see them around that box, but nowhere else in the garden. So I actually think that the harebrained scheme of the decoy potatoes has worked.
That is amazing. So when we spoke about this,
Yes.
we also talked about how you cannot grow potatoes in Southern California.
That is
So
correct.
how are both of these things true?
Okay, you can grow potatoes.
I know
in
you
Southern
showed me
California.
one time, and it was literally the size of
Yes.
an M&M.
Yes. I believe you called it a potito.
I did call it a potito. Pretty proud of that.
It's true. You can't grow a potato in Southern California that like tastes good and it tastes how a potato is supposed to taste. Gophers don't give a shit
Right.
how it tastes.
Sure.
They
Okay.
just want the starch and they want the carbohydrates of the potato,
I mean,
right?
yeah.
And so I've got the decoy potatoes there. They're not, you would never serve them at Thanksgiving or whatever. But they are good for a gopher to eat, apparently.
They're getting it done.
Apparently the decoy potatoes are working, and it's very exciting. Now, of course, in any epic tale, when one problem is solved, a new evil arises.
Yes.
Okay? Now, another thing that I had going on this summer was aerial squash, sky squash. Okay? I had trombocino, I believe, is how you squash. Called trombocino because like a trombone, they're really long, and they climb up and then they hang down. Right?
And they just keep getting longer.
Yes, I brought one in that was over 3 feet long, I believe.
It tasted
at one point.
disgusting.
Sadly, the first tragedy was that turns out Finlay does not like trombocino squash, and of course that made them all grow like gangbusters crazy. Like I was swimming in trombocino. And so that was unfortunate. But then what happened is that one day I arrived in the garden and the squashes were being gnawed upon by something.
Yeah.
Something was eating the squash way up high on the trellis.
Yes.
Right? And this trellis goes over an entire area of the garden. So it had all kinds of hangy downy squash, all of them being nibbled at by something, a new threat. And what this could only mean is, of course, sky gophers. The gophers have now gone aerial. They are wearing tiny leather caps with goggles.
I'm not sure about this theory of yours.
They've climbed into dirigibles.
Honey.
And they're zooming in like the Red Baron, and they're eating the squash now in the sky. Sky gophers.
Honey. Don't be ridiculous.
They're in the sky. They're airborne.
Are there teeth
marks? The gophers are airborne.
On the squash? There's not
yes.
It's not pecked.
Oh no. It's not birds. It's definitely like it's teeth.
Well.
Like they are being gnawed on.
Okay.
Sky gophers.
All right. I mean,
they've evolved.
I will believe it when I see it.
Anyway, that was a problem. There's some sort of aerial varmint that is eating the sky squash.
Varmint?
Did I say varmint?
I think you said varmint.
Sorry, varmint. I have an aerial varmint problem, but I really don't because, as it turns out, Finlay Stevenson does not like the hangy-downy giant squash anyway, so it doesn't matter. So I won't be growing those.
I mean, I really tried, you guys. I really tried. And the thing that is kind of cool about these is that, like, first they seem like maybe a summer squash.
Right.
And that was...
You did not like that version.
I could eat it, though. I ate it.
Yes.
And then you were like, well, maybe we'll just leave it growing and see what happens. And what happens is that it keeps going and it gets real
growing.
long. But then it kind of turns winter squashy.
Yes, so it gets long enough and then it starts to turn basically beige. Uh-huh. And once it turns beige, then it's a winter squash.
Then it tastes really bad.
And no, you're wrong. It tastes great if you like winter squash. No, you don't like winter squash.
I do not care.
I like winter squash, and I tried it and I ate it and it was great.
You liked it? Okay, that's great.
If you like winter squash, you can have winter squash in the summer with your trombocino squash. Is all I'm saying.
Good night, everybody. You're welcome.
Getting back to Lattice's question.
Go first.
Plan.
It worked.
The plan is that, you know what the plan is? The plan is up in the air because the weather has been so weird in Los Angeles.
Yeah.
It's been weird weather in Los Angeles. It was a mild summer, a cloudy spring, and then suddenly we had a heat wave in October. Mm-hmm. Everything is, I don't know what the hell's going on. So everyone's kind of improvising right now. I'm getting together with Victor and Arson, my garden neighbors. I'm basically flanked by two Syrian senior citizens at the garden.
Nice,
we get together. We complain about things. We complain about the weather. We complain about how it's been weird.
Complain about the gophers. Victor does not like those gophers.
So we're all kind of winging it. I planted radishes today. Mm-hmm. We'll see how that goes. That usually goes pretty well. I'll be trying some like purple broccoli.
Yes,
stuff
purple
like that.
broccoli.
And some lettuce, things like that.
Sure.
We're going to see what happens. I don't know what's going to happen this winter because everything is because the weather's been so weird. We're all just kind of winging it. So,
well, keep us
posted. It's like jazz improv gardening this winter is what I'm doing.
All right.
Thank you for the question, Lattice.
Yes.
Judah writes in.
Okay. Hey, Judah. Hey.
Hi, Judah.
Hey, Judah.
Now, this is unfortunate. Will you be covering Young Leif on Shift Notes? I personally would love to see your behind-the-scenes thoughts on it. Judah, I wish we had the time to do that. I just don't think we have the time to do it. Because what we're doing during Hiatus Fest 23-24, get your t-shirts now, is that we're doing Shift Notes and at the same time getting ready for Season 4 coming in March.
Mm-hmm.
And adding another thing to that, I just don't know if we have the bandwidth to do it, which is a shame because that would be super fun to talk about it.
It would be fun.
But it's another one of those questions where it's like I just don't know if we have the time to fit it all in. You never know, maybe something magical will happen and we'll have the time. But as of right now, we can't really like comprehensively cover Young Leif in a Shift Notes fashion.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry about that. At the same time, I wish there was more of us to do things, but it's just me and Finlay over here. But if something like that develops, we will definitely let you know. All right?
For sure.
Thank you for writing in.
Yes. Thanks, Judah.
All right. Bella writes in. Bella writes in, and Bella has serious Mucklewane questions.
Ooh, all right. Let's hear
And
it.
Bella says, hello. I heard you were looking for MB questions from folks, so here's one I've been wondering forever.
Yes.
What are the Mucklewanes doing? They're not the original human Mucklewanes. Their voices put in a box, but we've had Zebulon say Effie was under the weather and laying down, where she later is heard starting far and coming closer to the mic as she wakes from her wild dream about her future grandchild. Do they sleep? They've left to go pray, quote unquote, together after Effie does her Calamity Jane thing. Do they have a physical form that at least they perceive? Do they sit in front of a radio broadcasting to the rest of the MB crew? Can they see what's happening in the diner? And if so, how? They never seem to need explaining what anything looks like, and when they've taken on the form of robots, they note each other's appearances, but I don't recall them commenting on visuals in their usual radio appearances. It's all just one big question on what's happening on their end.
Yes. I do think at one point Gloria mentions that they sleep in their bed. That's all the information I have. So take it away, Joe.
All right, look. I will explain to people how I envision the Mucklewanes. Okay?
Yes. Let's go.
Here's how I envision it in my brain.
Mm-hmm.
Envision it in your brain however you like. Y'all. Here's how it is for me. Okay?
Yes.
Effie and Zebulon. Imagine Effie and Zebulon, and Effie created that whole radio broadcasting system for them.
Yes.
At a table by their bay window.
Yes.
In their farmhouse.
Yes.
So how I imagine it in my mind is that they are sitting there at that table, broadcasting, talking through the microphone. And out the bay window, what they see is what basically the front of the radio sees.
Ooh, okay. So wherever they are?
Yes.
Okay.
So whatever direction the radio is pointing, that's what they are seeing out their bay window. And then when they get zapped into something, they just zap and they're gone from the house.
Mm-hmm.
And they're outside of the radio, and then they go back inside the radio when they're done.
All right.
That's how I see it. So they've got a whole house there. So their house is there. Zebulon's books are there. If you remember in Solitary, Poor, Nasty, Brutish, and Short, Zebulon goes and gets a book off of the shelf.
Yeah.
Right?
Which is close to where they keep the brandy.
Right? They keep the brandy on the top of the bookshelf.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
So that's how I envision it. I hope that doesn't ruin anything for everyone, for anyone. If it does,
I like it.
I think you'll be fine. So that's how I picture it.
I like it. That's like
Okay.
super secret inside information, you guys.
Super secret inside information, guys.
Yeah.
All right, Mad Maddox writes in, Hi, Joe. How are you? I wanted to ask, even though I probably know the answer. I was listening to Young Leif again and listening about his relationship with Verge and Bert. Then I remember the episode where the ex attacked them on season 1, and it got me like, why in the name of hell is Leif's relationship with the bird lady that wanted to kill him was the most significant relationship he had when he had Verge and Bert in the past? Well, first of all, I will say that Leif and Bert were never in a relationship.
I mean, a romantic relationship.
Romantic relationship.
Because clearly they're in a relationship.
Here's the thing. In Chapter 3, the ex doesn't choose Bajolanth. Leif does. Because they ambush the ex.
Oh, yeah.
And Leif comes at the ex with Bajolanth that he has chosen.
Right.
And the reason why he chose Bajolanth is because there are sometimes, here's what happens. People have these relationships sometimes that are not the greatest relationship in the world, but it's full of huge drama. And there's so much drama in the relationship that it takes up a lot of your bandwidth, right? When you think about the relationships that you're in. And really, what the ex is searching for is the thing that can get people riled up.
Yes.
Right?
Yep.
And the description of how she is, she conjures the most significant ex, is really the description that they have for her, not the one that she has for herself.
Right.
So Leif is the one who chose Bajolanth because, honestly, it's an easier choice. Because his relationship with Bert is very complicated.
Yeah.
And his relationship with Verge, honestly, I imagine when he thinks about it, he's really fucking depressed. Having that person that you recall fondly, but you just fucked it up so hard, is incredibly depressing to recall.
Yeah.
And I don't think Leif wants to go there. And so when he thinks about the relationship that he's going to ambush the ex with, he thinks of Bajolanth. That's someone I can argue with. That's someone I can make jokes about. That will be something that I have a lot to say, even though the things I have to say are maybe a bit shallow and a bit just jokey.
Right.
So that's the deal with that. I hope that's a satisfying answer. If not, hit me up again. I'll try again. Secondly,
I think it makes sense.
then Mad Maddox is asking, and what happened to Gloria's car? It was in the parking lot in the pilot. She was so worried about it. Then what happened? They parked somewhere and left it there?
I have asked this question myself, Mad Maddox.
I have to say, initially I imagined that Gloria drove it off the lot and then walked back into the diner and, started living that life. It is a huge regret of mine that we did not keep Gloria's car in the parking lot because, if you imagine, the art for Midnight Burger, it's floating in space like that. Imagine that art and there's just, one shitty Ford Festiva in the parking lot. So great. Such a missed opportunity.
Yeah.
And this is what the ex would turn into Gloria's car if I was confronted with the ex, because it's a huge regret of mine. And I just missed the boat on it. I was in the middle of season 2, I think. And I was like, fuck, that would be so great if her shitty car was in the parking lot all the time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So sadly, Gloria's car, it did get driven off the lot and then
R.I.P. Gloria's car.
And then left there in Arizona.
When you live in a place
thanks for bringing that up, Mad Maddox.
When you live in a place like that,
yeah,
you will sacrifice distance for shade.
Next question. How do you incorporate the names of the subscribers on the show? How do you decide if they're going to be a planet or a song, a secondary character, or some random drug dealer? There's so many different names that must be a little hard to incorporate in a natural way. As I was saying before, we were talking about the fact that we had to temporarily shut down the night breakfast here. Mm-hmm. It is really hard, and it is stressful because you want it to be satisfying for the person. And some names are just very, some people just have very normal names, and that's easy, right? Because someone comes along and that's what you name them. And there are other people who have very complicated names. I lucked out in season 3 because a lot of people had pirate names.
Yes.
As you noticed in the final episode,
yes,
right?
That
and
was
so
genius.
and I was just reading off pirate ships, at one point.
Yeah.
And everybody got their pirate moment. So that was pretty lucky.
Yar.
It's, sometimes it's almost easier when people have names that just kind of don't sound like anything specific, because that's a super great thing to name a planet.
Yes.
Or something like that. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Cryptesia is a great name for a galaxy.
Yes.
Right?
Also Justine Burbank.
Justine Burbank. Yeah. The thing with Justine Burbank is that we can't, that's, you can't do that joke twice.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's like
Yep.
that was a joke one time, and it is, and it was fun to just sort of say there's this really bad solar system that no one wants to go to, and it's called Justine Burbank.
Uh-huh. Genius.
That's funny stuff.
Yeah.
But it's really difficult, and you just kind of you just constantly keep it in your mind, and when you roll up on it's time to name something, you look at the list, you see if anything fits. If something fits, great. If it doesn't, then you move on with your life. Mm-hmm. And you just kind of, like most things with Midnight Burger, you just kind of hope for the best and hope it works out. So I guess prayer is really how we approach adding the names. Stephen writes in.
Yep.
You have told us that you write, record... Stephen! You have told us that you write, record, edit, and upload the episode and then rush back to what I imagine is some kind of rusty shed to write the next episode. I assume that you have a big picture idea of where each season is going, but you do a really great job of tying both big and small details together between episodes and seasons. My question is, to what extent is that part of your preparation for a season, and how much of it is, oh shit, how do I get my character out of this painted corner?
You are very good at this, honey.
I don't think we've ever been in a painted into a corner situation, have we?
I don't think so. I mean, there has been like the do we include this or leave it out situation.
Yeah, there's been that.
I don't think we've ever been painted into a corner.
I don't think we've ever gotten painted into a corner. I mean, you know what I think it is? I think, when I start writing a season, I don't know all the ins and outs of everything that's going to happen. I do have a clear idea of where I want it to end up, and I do have a clear idea of what I want the kind of DNA of the episode to be.
Okay.
With season 2, for example, I wanted it to be like a chase, right? Like the Teds were chasing the diner, Casper was chasing the diner, Loaf Tracks was chasing the diner. It all came to a head finally in the second to last episode. I knew that that's the basic DNA of what I wanted. With season 3, I wanted it to be a chase in the other direction. I wanted the diner to try and be hunting something down.
Yeah. And
I was really intrigued about this sort of wandering, vagabond, godlike character who didn't know what they were doing. Mm-hmm. And I knew that I wanted it to end up at the end on the pyrophite.
Yes.
And as long as I kept those things in the front of my mind, that kind of became like the horizon line. As long as I kept my eye on that, everything else would fall into place. As long as I kept my eye on the prize, if you will. That's not the most satisfying answer in the world because you really do want to like say, here is my 10-point plan for everything going well. But I have never done well with like outlines and things like that and going beat by beat and planning it all out, because anytime I do that, it ends up actually being bad.
Yeah.
And it ends up being fun and fresh when I keep myself on my own toes, creatively speaking.
Yeah, I will say, I'm not sure how to articulate it, but you are very good at trusting that it will work.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if I'm good at that. It's just the only way that I couldn't think of any other way of doing it, I guess. It's kind of the only thing available to me. You know what I mean?
I do. But
I don't know how I would, in a very detailed fashion, block out an entire season of the show.
Right. And so, one difference between us is that because I don't know how else I would do it, I don't do it.
I know. And
and you're like, well, it'll work out.
It is driving in a fog. Like, you can only see so far in front of you.
Mm-hmm.
So you drive at a reasonable speed.
Yes.
But into the fog, you do drive. Because where else is there to go? Ever forward. That way.
Yeah.
Stephen, I feel like that's not a satisfying answer at all. I'm sorry if it's not a satisfying answer.
I think it's pretty good.
That's how it goes. Curtis writes in, even though Leif, in the Young Leif series, states that he has no love for Star Wars, are you a fan of the franchise?
Oh, Curtis.
Hang
on to your butts, kids.
You don't need to hang on to your butts. Everything's fine. Look.
Listen.
Hang on a second. Okay, look, here's the deal. I really love the world of Star Wars. It's a great world.
Mm-hmm.
You've got all these different ships and all these different aliens, and they're all hanging out and talking to each other, and sometimes they shoot at each other, and there's also like Jedi Knights and things like that, and then there's the Empire, and there's the Rebels, and there's a lot of different strata to the world.
Yeah.
And that's real great.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to say that 2, maybe 3 good movies out of 9 is a bad ratio.
Yeah, it's not great. It's not great.
Now, you can argue with me about the efficacy of some of those films, but at least 3 of them are demonstrably just bad movies. All right?
Mm-hmm.
And I don't enjoy saying that
them?
because I don't like shitting on other creators or anything like that, but I'm sorry.
Yeah.
There's some of those movies are just bad. Okay?
Uh-huh.
And a testament to the fact that the world is great, when you move on to the TV stuff, I really like a lot of I've liked the TV, like, Clone Wars was great.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Clone Wars was great. The Disney Plus stuff, I really enjoy. It's a great world to play around in, but when we're talking about Star Wars, if we are just talking about the sort of the core of the Star Wars universe, which is the films, I really do think a lot of those movies are bad.
Mm.
And that is how I feel about Star Wars. Okay? That's nice. That's not mean.
It's pretty
Right?
good. Everybody, please send your complaints to George Lucas at
weopenat6.com. Anyway, that's how I feel. If you are a fan of Star Wars, what did you think of Solo, if you saw it? Okay. Solo is a Star Wars prequel, which is the story of a young Han Solo.
Mm-hmm.
And I really think the problem with Solo is that it was missing 100% Harrison Ford.
Yes.
And I'm serious about that because, I mean, one of the most compelling things about Han Solo is what Harrison Ford did with Han Solo.
Yes.
He really took the character. When you just look at the script, it's not as compelling as his performance of the character, I think.
Mm.
Because Harrison Ford, he may be a grumpy jerk, but, Han Solo, he did a fantastic job with Han Solo.
Yeah.
But I want to say one more thing about Star Wars. Should I be saying it when we're already an hour 15 into the show? Maybe not.
Mm.
I will say that the character of Princess Leia and Carrie Fisher in general were a huge influence on me as a human being living on the planet Earth. Okay?
Okay. Yeah.
Princess Leia's whole attitude during the movies her whole attitude was like, this whole rebellion could have been an email. It's like she doesn't want to be there. She wants the movie to be over. Right. She doesn't want glory or any of the,
just get me out of this bikini.
It's just like, can we please get me out of this bikini? Here's another thing. I mean, and we don't talk about this near enough. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Is that Princess Leia fucking murks Jabba the Hutt right in front of us. Okay?
Yeah.
Everybody else is out there with lightsabers and laser guns, and Princess Leia seizes her moment wraps a chain around his neck and puts one knee into his back and chokes the shit out of him. And it is graphic in front of there's children in the audience, and his tongue's flapping around, and she's just
gross.
like, die, motherfucker. Just killing him to death.
Yeah.
Right?
Right in his face.
Which is not something that we talk about enough, and it's an amazing moment for that character when you're like, she is capable of doing this level of thing.
Yeah.
And then she blows up his boat. You know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
Princess Leia is a fantastic character.
Word.
And just had a lot of influence on me. Princess Leia did, I have to say. Also Carrie Fisher in general. Carrie Fisher as a human being.
Yeah.
I miss her a lot. She's a great writer.
Yes.
Carrie Fisher. Here's a fun apocryphal story about Carrie Fisher.
Let's go.
Okay, so Carrie Fisher, she didn't write a lot as a writer. She wrote books. Every once in a while she'd do a screenplay. Mm-hmm. She did a lot of script doctoring.
Yes.
Like in her life.
Yes.
Like a script would be garbage, and they would give it to Carrie Fisher, and Carrie Fisher would like brush up the dialogue, make it, kind of really
better,
spruce it up, make it better, right?
Yeah.
Did not take a lot of screen credit
Right.
for the work that she did on screenplays.
Mm-hmm.
What I've heard is that Carrie Fisher, when she would work on a script, she had like a mark of Zorro that she would put in the script. There was a secret sign in the scripts that she would work on, but nobody knows what it is.
That's amazing.
There's like a little tiny brand, there's a little tiny flourish that she would put on something that's how you would know she worked on it.
Like with language, do you mean?
With language, yeah.
Huh.
But I don't know what it is. Nobody knows what it is. Maybe that's apocryphal. Hollywood is mostly apocryphal. But
I want it to be true.
that is what I've heard. I want it to be true as well. Anyway, that's how I feel about Star Wars.
The end. Y'all, we haven't even started the episode yet.
We have not even started the episode yet. We've got one more question.
It's going great. Let's hear it.
Janet. Hello, Janet.
Janet.
Janet writes in and says, if Leif decided not to use it because of all the ramifications it would cause, why did he keep the thumb drive and not destroy it? We're talking about the Ted Slayer.
Yes, of course.
Why did he keep the Ted Slayer? They still have the Ted Slayer. Mm-hmm. It's still there at the diner. Why do they have it? Why did they not destroy it?
Well, I mean, you can continue to use it as a weapon. The threat of it
Yes.
can be important.
Yeah. And so that's basically, I mean, it is interesting that, they chose not to destroy it. It is an interesting psychological moment because it is very dangerous.
Yeah.
But they have very definitively decided not to use the Ted Slayer.
Mm-hmm.
But the Teds do not know that.
Correct.
Therefore, at some point, the Ted Slayer could be useful as a deterrent.
Yep.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
So I imagine it, being kept in its little lockbox, probably under Gloria's bed. And if they ever need it, it's always there.
Uh-huh.
But you don't want to take that particular chess piece off the table unless you have to.
Right.
Especially when you're dealing with the Teds.
Fuck you, Teds.
So that is why.
Nice.
And those are the questions.
We did it. We did it, everybody.
Woo! All right.
Thank you so much. Send in your questions, please. Because we're greedy and we want
coming.
some more.
Keep hitting us up.
Where can they find us?
You can find us. You can message us through the Patreon app, or you can send us an email at weopenat6@gmail.com.
Woo.
Send in your questions.
Yeah.
We would love to hear them. I'm having a great time answering these questions.
Yeah,
Line them
it's
up, knock
cool.
them down.
Right.
All right.
Love it.
All right. Believe it or not, we have not started the show yet.
What?
What? All right, we are here tonight.
Yes.
Finally.
Yes.
Lastly, to talk about Chapter 23, Know Your Enemy. Let's get into it.
Yes, let's
Here we
do
go.
it.
pressing play on the magical device. Ma'am, I agree that when we send you a notice saying that your license is suspended, that we should send it registered mail, but sending things registered mail requires more money. And the fine people of this city voted to cut our budget last year because we had too much money, apparently. You can't have it both ways. You're going to need to pick a lane, which apparently you have a very hard time doing because your license is suspended. Now, please fill out this form and mail it to this address, all right? Thank you. So, as a young man, fresh out of college, I worked
fresh out of college.
Fresh out of college.
Yeah?
I worked for a long time at a temp agency.
Oh, sure. Yep.
And I specifically said to the temp agency, I don't want any of this temp to perm garbage. I want temp. Only the temporary jobs. Temp. So I was a wandering vagabond from office to office across the city of Portland for a very long time, right?
Right. Uh-huh.
Just me and my big blue ox.
Okay.
My belongings in a little hanky on a stick. One of those jobs was to work at the DMV extension office in Hillsboro, Oregon.
No, I did not know this.
Yes. Spent a few weeks there at the DMV office in Hillsboro, Oregon. Hillsboro is like, there's the suburbs, and then past the suburbs, you know, Hillsboro.
Yeah.
And it had a very sort of like, this is the last stop for DMV services before like the ocean or whatever, right? Uh-huh. It's just two people working the front desk, helping people out there in Hillsboro with their DMV problems.
Yeah.
There's some special people living out there in Hillsboro. They sometimes have some special problems. And it was like, when I first got there, it was like, you know, usually like you go up to the counter, you fill out your forms, not a big deal. This one had like a full pane of glass in between myself and the DMV people who are coming to the DMV. Myself, the customers. Pane of glass between myself and the customers.
Okay.
And I was like, why is this pane of glass here? I don't, this isn't a bank. You know, like, what are we doing?
Yeah.
I came to learn why that pane of glass was there over the weeks that I was there. I had pens thrown at me. People just throwing pens right at the glass.
Wow.
Because their license is suspended and they didn't have the $500. People yelling at me. People very upset. One of my favorites was a guy who came. He was one of those, like, I ride a motorcycle and I have an American flag bandana on my head all the time. Sort of one of those guys. Uh-huh. His license was suspended. Mm-hmm. We gave him a court date. He did not show up. And he looked at me and he said, you can't just take my license away from me. That's against my constitutional rights, friend. And I was like, friend? We're friends now. A constitutional scholar has arrived at the DMV.
With the
flag bandana. There was one guy who showed up with his son. His son had like fucked up real bad and like just all kinds of like fees and shit. And it was going to take like probably $1,500 for the kid to get his license back and his registration and all that. And his dad was like, can he just like spend a night in jail? What if we just spend a night in jail?
How much is that worth?
Does that work it off?
Oh my gosh.
Turns out, no, that's not a way to get your fees removed, is to spend a night in jail. Because she's like, hey, you owe the city money. What if the city spent more money on me by putting me in jail for the night and giving me 3 hots and a cot?
Wow.
And would that do it? Turns out that doesn't do it.
No.
It was a special time working at the DMV office in Hillsboro, Oregon.
How long were you there?
Just a few weeks.
Long enough.
Long enough to know.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Hey, Caesar. Yeah, it's all locked up. Do you need anything over there? We've got all this food. It's just going to go bad. You need 5 pounds of jack cheese by any chance? Yeah, I'm hearing a lot of people saying, how long could it really be? And I have to say, I have a bad feeling. No, you can't come help me. No, Caesar, We have to stay away from each other. If I get you sick, Inez is going to kill me. I'll be fine. Sign up for unemployment right now, okay? Okay. Bye. Fuck my life.
Remember the pandemic?
Oh, yeah.
Remember that? We did that.
Yeah.
When I was listening to this part of it, I was trying to remember just like the craziest parts of it. You know, I was trying to remember, but it's such like a big woven, messy tapestry of just surrealness. I was trying to think of some fun anecdotes or something from that time. There was this one where Christine, my friend Christine, who plays your mom in Your Mom,
Yes.
at times can have some extreme solutions to problems.
Yeah.
Okay. She's can be a bit of a baker sometimes.
Right.
She could not get any flour. All the flour
Oh, no.
at the grocery stores were gone at that point, right? It was in that time, like, before the grocery stores had really figured it out, you know?
Yes.
There wasn't anything there. It was
Yes.
pretty bleak. It was looking like, you know, communist Russia and all that.
Yeah.
And couldn't get any flour. Really wanted to make some sort of treats or something. And so she bought a pallet of flour
Oh,
directly
of course.
from the flour selling people, right? A huge truck came to her home
Yeah.
and like unloaded like a pallet stacked with bags of flour. She's like, I got my fucking flour, motherfuckers. You know,
What did she do with it?
I don't know. She was calling me and was like, do you need flour? Because I've got so much flour. But yeah, she bought an entire pallet of white flour.
I did see pictures on the interwebs,
Yeah.
on the Insta,
Yeah,
of the things that she was baking, and she is good at baking.
she is. Yes. She's very like Better Homes and Gardens vibe. You know what I mean? I imagine she gave some away to some people. She was trying to give it away to me, but I was like, I'm, you know, I have
You're
my
good.
flour. I have ordered it through the mail.
Yeah. Right.
I did not
Your
order.
special einkorn flour.
I did not have a forklift load a pallet of flour into my
Or a
garage.
shed.
Yeah,
Yeah,
or a shed
exactly.
or whatever. So that was something, but I just, you know, I couldn't think of, like, do you have any, like, this was crazy that this happened during the pandemic?
I mean, like, I don't want to bring the party down, but so I have lupus and
Yes.
I take medication for lupus. And one of the medicines that I take for lupus is hydroxychloroquine.
Right. Which was very popular during the
And
pandemic.
apparently, the president, she said, with huge air quotes,
Sure.
that guy, that fucking guy at the time,
Yeah.
was telling everybody this was a miracle cure for COVID.
Yes.
Everybody should be stocking up on hydroxychloroquine.
Yeah.
All these fucking dentists were prescribing hydroxychloroquine to their family and friends.
Yes.
So for my autoimmune disease, I could not get the medication that I am supposed to take.
Right.
It just was not available. I couldn't get a refill. So I had to like wean myself off of it
Yeah.
during the pandemic because I could not get this drug.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's not like as fun a story as ordering an entire pallet of flour because I could not order an entire pallet of this drug because this drug was not available because some idiot who knows nothing about medicine or, you know, anything else
Yes.
was telling the country that, you know, they should just take it like vitamin C.
Yeah.
That is my story.
All right.
Everybody's got this look on their face. Everybody on TV, this half-assed positivity. Nobody's buying their own bullshit. They're handing out this plan, and if we stick to the plan, everything will come out great. They all know we're going over the edge of a waterfall, and nobody knows how high it is or what the fuck is down there.
I do remember, like, there was this, here in LA, like, on the local news, they started doing this thing. And this was right at the very beginning when literally, like, everybody was home. Like, nobody was doing jack shit. And they, this segment where it's like, now let's go to John with what day it is. And it would be like, and John would be like, it's Wednesday. Okay, now let's go to commercial. Because nobody knew what day it was, ever.
Yeah.
You know, it was all one big day, you know.
Wait, who are you?
Clementine.
Oh, that's a name. I don't think I've ever seen you around. Are you one of Dr. Baker's little backup dancers? He's always changing his lineup.
Okay, I just want to say, I know Dr. Baker may sound like a scumbag, okay? But I will say that the National Science Foundation estimates that 44% of science and engineering professors had at least one female postdoctoral associate or research assistant in 2018. So, you know, thank you, Dr. Baker, for having, you know...
For giving ladies a chance?
He's trying to change the world, honey.
Fuck you, 44%. Unacceptable.
But I'm saying that Dr. Baker is 100% female associates, and there's nothing scuzzball about that. You can tell. Nothing at all, honey.
No?
All right.
Who's Dr. Baker?
That's what I say, Clementine. Who is Dr. Baker?
I don't...
He's a poodle.
A poodle?
Inside joke. He's one of those standard model jackanapes. You know the ones. Jackanapes.
Jackanapes. From the French, jackanap, which means monkey.
It does?
In the 14th century, it meant monkey. It then crossed the channel to England, where it became jackanapes, which then meant, you know, impudent person. Jackanape.
Right. Elbow patches, pipe smoking, has children who hate him. Like a cliche eating itself from the inside out.
What are you talking about?
Standard model of physics, Clementine. Keep up. Standard model. Standard poodle.
All right. Standard model of physics. Let's just, listen, we talk about science all the time on the show, and sometimes I don't want to blow past everyone. So why don't we just real quick get down to brass tacks, standard model of physics versus quantum physics.
All right, let's go.
Differences, okay?
Let's learn some things.
To make sure that everyone is on the same level, we all know the same things, okay?
Yeah.
Okay, standard model of physics, macroscopic, about big things, doing big things, planets, you know what I mean?
Yeah, space is big.
Space is big. It's about, you know, the big stuff. And then quantum physics is about the atomic and the subatomic.
The little quantum parts.
Quantum parts, yes.
Tiny physics.
Standard model is a deterministic theory, okay?
Okay.
So if I know how something works, I will know how it works in the future, right? It's a predictive thing. It's like if I have this system down, I can predict how things will be in the future, right? Deterministic theory.
Okay.
Quantum physics, probabilistic theory. So the future of a system can only be predicted in probabilities.
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah.
Standard model is about locality. Okay? Things over there can't affect things over there.
Okay.
Okay?
Sure.
Quantum theory, non-local. Okay? Events over there can affect things over there.
All right.
Okay? Standard model is real great meat and potatoes. If I drop this, it will fall kind of experience. Right?
Okay. Yeah.
But where quantum physics enters into it is that there are some things that that the standard model can't explain. Right?
Sure.
Like light can operate as a particle and as a wave. Standard model of physics doesn't know why. Quantum physics attempts to answer that. Entanglement. Standard model can't...
Yeah. Can't untangle that.
Standard model
Come on.
cannot...
Come on, everybody.
Cannot untangle entanglement. Yes. So particles in quantum physics can become linked to each other even if they are separated by a great distance. Right?
Crazy.
Which is crazy and weird, but it's totally
Yeah.
a thing.
Yeah.
Also something like quantum tunneling. Quantum tunneling is where a particle can actually travel through a barrier even when it doesn't have the energy to travel through that barrier. Standard model of physics has no way of explaining that. Quantum physics attempts to explain that.
Well, because it doesn't make sense.
It doesn't make sense. But in quantum physics, it does make a certain amount of sense.
Is all of this going to make sense to me once we take our visit to CERN?
As soon as we go to CERN, everything's going to make sense, honey.
It'll all become clear.
Actually, we'll probably need
I
to
will
go...
figure everything out.
We'll need to go to CERN and then go down to Italy, go to the interferometer, Virgo interferometer.
We should do it in that order?
Sure.
Okay. Let's go. Let's plan this trip.
Okay. Anyway, that's where we are, okay? Standard model, quantum model, okay?
Yes.
And then the theory of everything is about trying to find an umbrella under which both of those things can coexist.
Yes.
Okay.
Standard quantum physics.
Standard quantum physics, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Clearly, Ava is not into the standard model.
She is not a fan of the standard model. I mean, I think she thinks the standard model is fine, but you just like,
Standard model dum-dum.
so is white bread without butter on it. You know what I mean? It's fine. There's so much more out there in the world, right?
Why does toast taste better? That's for the quantum physics.
That's exactly
decide.
right.
Yeah. I said something about a flaming Viking boat in my speech, didn't I?
Yes.
The archaeological community is actually split on the whole flaming Viking boat funeral situation.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
How so?
Okay, so in the 10th century, Ibn Fadlan, a
Sure.
Muslim traveler, he observed what he said was a Viking flaming boat funeral, right?
Okay. Yeah.
There's not tons of evidence out there that this actually happens. And so some people think that Ibn Fadlan was observing something that he didn't understand, that he was maybe a little bit biased towards the people of the North, that he was maybe not the most reliable narrator because there is not that much archaeological evidence that flaming Viking boat funerals happened a lot. If they did happen, first of all, they think that they happened probably more in Denmark than they did
All right.
in the rest of the Scandinavia, right?
Okay.
And if it did happen, it was probably only reserved for like top shelf Vikings.
Super
right?
Vikings?
Super Vikings. Uber Vikings. Like
The Vikingest Vikings?
the Vikingest Vikings. Like I'm talking like guys who braid their beards. I'm talking about like cream of the crop,
Sure.
right? But yeah, the archaeological community is not together on flaming Viking boat funerals. The jury is still out. They can't come together.
That's weird to me.
It is because when you think of Vikings, you know what I mean? You think of that flaming boat.
I mean, is even the only guy to ever report having seen one?
I think so, yeah.
Ever? Then how did it become such a thing?
I don't know how it became a thing, but he said that everyone kind of took it as gospel because he witnessed it firsthand. And also, it really does sound like something Vikings would do. You know?
I mean, it is a dope-ass tradition.
Sure. But if it did happen, it was very rare and probably mostly in Denmark, is what the current thinking is.
The look of someone who knows a few things but has no idea what to do with it all.
Yeah, that's about right.
How do you end up at a faculty party? Are you dating your professor?
No.
No shame. It happens to the best of us.
2014 study said that 4% of female students were currently in a relationship with their professor?
4%?
4%. Yes.
Okay. All right.
2010 study said that 7% of psychology students were in a relationship with their professor.
Okay.
Okay?
Uh-huh.
You're doing it wrong.
Yep.
You're doing psychology wrong.
Yes.
I mean, not according to Carl Jung. Am I right,
Wait,
everybody?
whoa,
Hey,
whoa.
What?
Let's not besmirch
Carl
the
Jung?
king of psychology. Yeah.
Well, he was straight up in a relationship with like one of his most important subjects.
All right.
Come on. Didn't you see A Dangerous Method?
No. That was Jung?
Yeah, that was Carl Jung. Carl Jung was in a, like, if the movie is any indication, a graphic sexual relationship with one of his, one of his most important subjects, though, like, he really, like, wrote a lot of papers on and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
She went on to become a psychiatrist like him.
Okay.
But yeah,
Well,
so, I mean, that 7%, I say we just lay that at the feet of Carl Jung. It's his fault. He started
he
it.
did all 7?
Yeah,
All 7%?
all
for him?
7%. That was all him. But yeah, 7% of psychology students are in a relationship with their professor. And stop.
I want the study
Stop
of
it.
how many men
Yeah.
are in a relationship with their professor. That is what I want to know.
Yeah, I'm...
Why is it always the ladies? Why is it always the men who are leches?
Well, the 2010 study was a 7% of psychology students. It doesn't
Just in general,
doesn't
yeah.
say male or female. 2014 study said 4% of female students across the board.
Does that mean the 3% were the dudes?
Well, they're two separate studies, so I don't know.
Yes, I know.
But
I was linking them.
okay, I appreciate
Not
it.
to me, but to the other people. It happens to them.
I was out somewhere and just sort of got swept over this way.
I recall that about college life. It's late at night. You have a drink in your hand, and you're looking around thinking, whose house is this?
So many times in college. Red Solo cup in my hand, talking to somebody at a party, and then I'm like, where the fuck are we right now?
Wow.
What is this house? Do we know anyone here right now? How did we get here?
Wow.
Who drove here? Whose
Okay.
idea was this?
Happened to me 0 times.
There's a lot of sometimes it's just like, where's the party? Somebody had an address. You go there. Whose house is it? I don't know. But there you were.
Wow.
You know?
Kids, I was not cool. Like your dad, apparently.
I wasn't cool either. Nobody's cool. That's my theory, is that no one is actually cool.
Nobody was cool.
Nobody is ever cool. But yeah, that happened all
No
the
matter
time
where I go.
when I was in college.
Wow.
I saw these coal miners in this place called Wales. They were on strike, and they were fighting with police and getting put in jail. They were fighting for their lives for these jobs, and the jobs were hours out of the day down a long, dark shaft under the earth. They were fighting for that.
What else could they do?
It seems a strange thing to fight for.
So a lot of season 3 of Shift Notes is going to be like, where in the world is Clementine?
Haha.
Right. This is the 1898 Welsh coal strike, right?
Yes.
That's where she was.
Sure.
It was the first strike of its kind. It was huge. It was violent sometimes.
Yes.
It lasted 6 months.
Okay.
It just decimated the Welsh economy. But it was kind of the first time where the mining union, where a union in general in the UK wielded power. Like, they hung on and they didn't give up, and it was 6 months, and they finally, got a lot of the things that they were asking for from the mining companies.
Mm-hmm.
So that's, and then in the middle of all that was Clementine.
Sure. Just hanging out.
Singing it.
I saw a deep black pit, and the darkness reminded me of where I was from.
Cincinnati.
No.
The suburbs of Cincinnati.
Apologies to Victor in Cincinnati.
Yes.
Did not mean to besmirch your city.
Victor.
Sorry about that,
We're
Victor.
very sorry.
Also, apologies to Les Nessman, Venus Flytrap, and Johnny Fever, and the entire staff of WKRP in Cincinnati.
WKRP in Cincinnati. I convinced myself that this place and my office and my army of terrified teacher's assistants was all I had.
Just imagining Ava's assistants. Just the most frightened people in the world. Never know what's going to happen. Constantly freaked out. Terrorized. You know what I mean?
Do you know what a supernova is?
Oh, yes.
Okay. In the massive explosion of a supernova, all kinds of stuff comes out, like iron. Iron is what made this planet.
And gold.
And gold. Correct. Look at you. Despite the fact that all kinds of things get flung out into the universe during a supernova, 99% of what gets released are neutrinos. A neutrino is very small and has almost no mass. When a neutrino hits you, you don't even notice it because it can barely even interact with your physical body. But a supernova is so powerful that it can bombard you with enough neutrinos to completely obliterate your body. And it can do that from 100 million miles away.
You know, you hear Ava describe things like that, and it's just like, you hear that, and it's like, I am the most insignificant thing.
Yeah.
And it does make you realize, like, because Ava has such a, like, nothing matters attitude towards so many things, but you hear her describe...
Fermions and bosons.
Yes, you hear her describe things like that. And it's like, well, no wonder she feels that way, because, like, look at the just massive things that she studies. So, of course, everything is insignificant compared to all those things, you know?
Yeah. Way off in deep space, we observed a gravity wave. 2 black holes collided, and we sat there on Earth and watched. The gravity wave that the 2 black holes released generated 36 septillion yottawatts of power.
Is that a lot?
Yes, Clementine. It's greater than the energy generated by all of the stars in the universe combined. And that was an average one.
So this is a real thing that happened.
Yeah.
We as a people observed 2 black holes colliding, and the energy that was released by them was, in fact, 36 septillion yottawatts of power. To give you an idea of septillion, to translate that, it's 1 million billion billion.
Wow.
That's how much a septillion is.
Okay.
And that's how much energy it released. And yes, it was more energy than the output of all the stars in the universe combined. In fact, it was 50 times greater than all of the energy output of all of the stars in the universe combined. And that was just from 2 black holes colliding into each other somewhere out there in the universe. That's how much energy was released.
Crazy.
Yeah.
And also terrifying.
It is. I mean, just thinking about the scale of that.
Like, where was it?
I don't know the exact location. I mean, it was way out there, but it was, we saw it, we observed it, we measured it, and it was a shit ton of energy.
And like...
An unimaginable amount of it.
How many years after it happened are we actually seeing it?
That's an interesting point. I mean, probably millions of years.
That's crazy.
But at the same time, we're talking about black holes colliding and gravity waves, which would fuck with time.
Okay.
So it's hard to say. But yeah. It goes to what I was just saying about like how Ava sees most things as insignificant because 36 septillion yottawatts of power by 2 black holes colliding. How do you feel big? How do you feel important when you look at something like that? You know what I mean?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Crazy.
A gravity wave can be the cosmic bent paperclip, sending the cosmos back to factory settings.
That's terrifying.
It can also not be that.
What?
Yeah. There's no way to predict it. Sometimes it can be nothing. Sometimes it can be total obliteration. And then sometimes it might just turn your socks pink.
Wait. So, a gravity wave.
Mm-hmm.
It can change things unexpectedly. Like, 1 minute, something is normal. And the next minute...
Pink socks, or suddenly the dinosaurs are alive, or magic is real, or the Pacific Ocean is chocolate syrup.
So, it can be a good thing.
Okay, so of those things, which one are we going with? Which one are we picking? Which one's our favorite?
Which one's our favorite?
Yeah, so you got your socks are pink, or the dinosaurs are alive,
Yeah.
or magic is real, or the Pacific Ocean is chocolate syrup.
I mean, it depends on what you mean by favorite, but obviously magic is real.
You don't want to see the dinosaurs?
I want to see magic be real.
All right.
The dinosaurs can come.
All right. You're going to make the dinosaurs with magic. Like, if you have magic, you can make dinosaurs.
But 100% I choose magic is real.
Magic is real. Okay.
It's like, it's not even a question. What would you choose? The dinosaurs?
I mean, if magic
Over
is real, then it's
magic?
real for everybody. And there's some people who should not be doing magic.
That's true.
There's going to be a lot of people doing
but
magic
you
out there
know
that
what?
shouldn't be doing magic.
That's correct. But I am smarter than a lot of other people. So
I understand that.
I am more concerned about what I could do.
I mean,
with
I
it.
would need strict wand control. You know what I mean? You need to be registered with the local sheriff. I mean, you need to, like, you got to apply. You know what I mean? I need a 2-week waiting period on all wands. You know what I mean?
Yeah, what do you need when the dinosaurs are
I don't
real?
know. I mean, it's not like I'm going to, like, go up to them. I'm just going to look at them from afar and just be like, damn, that's great.
You don't know. You don't know that that's how they are real. They might be, like, all over the place.
You don't want to see an apatosaurus just, like, walking down the street here in Los
Sure I
Angeles?
would.
Yeah.
I mean, like,
That
a
sounds great.
faraway street
We could
from the balcony.
You can ride them. You know what I mean?
with a magic wand in my hand, mother.
All right. All right, fine. Magic is real. Here we go.
Like, if you like chocolate syrup, that last one is a good thing.
Nobody likes chocolate syrup that much. And how would the migrating ray whales feel about a chocolatey
But
sea?
it can be a good thing, right? Like,
Fucking Clementine needs therapy more than anyone ever needed therapy.
She is kind of just finding a way for everyone to co-sign her bullshit. That is true.
And like a lot of people need therapy real bad.
Yes.
Okay?
Yeah.
Gee.
I mean, this is what I'm saying about magic being real, though. Okay? Look at Clementine. Can do a lot of things, should not be doing things. Should not have the
Yeah,
power.
she really shouldn't.
You know?
That's true.
One thing about magic,
You
though.
gave it to her.
One thing about magic, though, is that you would need to, like, study a lot.
Yes. I would be so good at it.
And I feel like the studying aspect would really keep a lot of people away. You know what I mean?
Great. More for me.
You got to read all kinds of old books.
Yes.
Some of them probably talk or something.
Figure out fucking runes and shit. Yes. Sign me up, please. Yes.
Okay.
look at all of these.
Crash course. Carnitas. Simple. Slow cooked pork, shredded, spiced, put in your taco. Barbacoa. Originally from the Caribbean. You ever wonder where the word barbecue comes from? There it is, in your taco.
Okay.
Tacos al pastor. End of the 19th century, a bunch of Lebanese people show up in Mexico and they say, hey, y'all ever thought about taking that big slab of meat and spinning it on a spit grill? Presto. Tacos al pastor. And then carne asada. This is very important. Carne asada is a food, but it's also an event. Would you like to come for carne asada on Sunday? Like that. It's also a symbol, as in, you are invited to the carne asada. You are trusted. You are one of the family. Got it?
No.
Great. Let's eat.
Can I just say thank you for the tacos primer. Because more than once have I used it.
Yeah.
At a Mexican restaurant looking at the menu.
It's true. Sometimes people don't know, here, wait, let's go into it right now. Okay. Carnitas, like she was saying. Carnitas, probably from the Purepecha people of Mexico who lived in northwestern Michoacan, okay, which is right next to, it's the province right next to Mexico City.
Okay.
And it's usually like pork shoulder.
Mm-hmm.
And you cook it in the ground.
Oh, sure.
Cook it in the ground, probably wrapped in like a banana leaf because you're in the jungle area, right?
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
And then you got al pastor. Right, so at one point, early 19...
What a guy, Al Pastor.
Al Pastor. Good people. So in the early 1900s, a bunch of Lebanese immigrants came to Mexico. And, they do you got the lamb on the vertical rotisserie, and you shave it off, make your shawarma, right?
Yeah.
And so Mexicans saw that and said, okay, but what if we did pork like that? And so they changed it to pork, and they add like achiote peppers and things like that to the marinade. Achiote peppers, which are not actually peppers, they're actually seeds. And that's how you get...
Okay, now you're just showing off.
That's how they get al pastor, right?
All right.
Of the pasture, right? And
Yes,
then
yes.
carne asada, right? Mm-hmm. Which, when you get into northern Mexico becomes more about grilling things on an open fire rather than burying things in the ground.
Yeah.
Now it was probably around the early 1900s that you get carne asada. It's marinated, grilled or seared flank steak or skirt steak.
Mm-hmm.
And carne asada also became a word for the actual get-together, right? So, like, there's barbecue, that is the barbecue.
Yes.
Right? And then there's going to a barbecue.
Let's go to the barbecue.
Right? So going to the carne asada. And then carne asada also became synonymous with kind of like being accepted, being cool. You're all right. You're invited.
Bro.
You are quote unquote invited to the carne asada. Back when during the Democratic primary, when Bernie Sanders did really well in Nevada, did really well because he had this historic outreach to like Latin American communities. And, one of the articles that was written about that was how Bernie Sanders got invited to the carne asada.
Oh,
right?
yeah. Yeah.
So stuff like that. Oh, I'm sorry. And barbacoa. Barbacoa
Yes.
probably came from the Taino people in the Caribbean. They brought that to Mexico. And that's the same kind of thing. Burying something in the ground, cooking it in the ground for a long time. Stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Have you heard of Ashoka the Great?
No.
Ruler of India? A long time ago, I guess. His father passed away, and he woke up one morning as the ruler. After fighting a bloody war with a neighboring kingdom, he realized that he was the ruler of his kingdom, but still doing what his father expected of him. So he stopped going to war and became a Buddhist. Converted most of his kingdom to Buddhism, too.
It took me the re-listen to realize that this was her Indian boyfriend.
Yes. This was her Indian boyfriend that she was talking about, Ashoka the Great. Yeah. The war she's talking about was the Kalinga War over the Kalinga region of India. And it was a really devastating, bloody war. Up to like 300,000 people died in this war. And at the end of this sort of bloody war that he fought and he won. And then after, he embraced something called Dharma Vijaya, which is basically conquest through nonviolence. And after this war, there was a lot of like, created a lot of social programs and tried to do all these good things for the people. That was Ahsoka's thing. So this war really changed him, right? And made him...
Did Clementine start that war?
I don't think so.
No?
I think it was just a war that was happening. Yeah.
Because I wouldn't put it past her.
No.
You know what I'm saying?
It took a lot of planning to get this place. I worked hard on the plan. If I was waving some kind of magic wand around, I would just say, hey, respect the plan, life. I don't need a lot. just for the plan to be respected. I mean, they're saying now that all this, the empty streets, everyone hiding inside, is all because of a bat in China. And here I am in a taco joint in the greater Phoenix area, and a Chinese bat is fucking up my life. How am I supposed to function in a world like that? I lost my parents when I was 18. Something coming out of nowhere like that is terrifying. So I started making plans. The plans worked for a long time, but now I don't know how to live in the world anymore. So that's all I would do. I don't need to convert India to Buddhism. I just need everybody to stick to the plan, you know?
What do you need? What's your thing?
What's that?
What do you need? What would your thing be?
My thing that I need.
Yeah, the thing that Clementine is asking.
I mean, look, I don't want to, like, be Mr. Sentimental or anything. This.
Oh.
What I'm doing right now.
Yeah?
Yeah. I think that's all I've ever wanted.
Yeah, that's a pretty good answer.
Okay. It's a little embarrassing, but yeah, that's it.
Hi there, stranger. You've just stepped on a scorpion back. See those 3 plasma cannons pointed at you right now? If you take one more step forward, they're going to turn you into corn chowder. In case you don't know, you're on Quellandus, a barely habitable ice giant. And on an icy planet, it is always chowder season.
Chowder.
Chowder? Let's learn about the
Chowder.
chowder.
Invented in 18th century France. Invented in the 18th century by French settlers in America.
Okay.
From the French chaudière, meaning cauldron. Okay?
All right. Yeah.
The very first recipe for chowder is gross. Let me tell you about it.
All right. Let's go.
You take fish, shellfish of some sort, salt pork, onions.
Ew. No.
And you put all that in a pot. And then you cook it all until it's very tender. And then you take hardtack biscuits and you break them up into the chowder and mix it all up to thicken it into like a stew experience. And then you eat that.
I don't like it.
It does sound not really great at all. Yes. But it was 18th century America, and it was cold, and people got hungry, and so they just kind of threw a bunch of stuff in a pot with some hardtack biscuits. Later on, cream was added and potatoes.
Yeah.
But that was the original.
You know what's good?
What's good?
Corn chowder is delicious.
Yes.
And I love it.
Yes.
And I kind of want to eat some for dinner.
Okay. Well, let's table that question.
Okay.
Until we're done.
That's for later.
Mm-hmm.
Corn chowder, everybody.
Come on, I'm obviously unarmed. What could I even do to you? Thank you.
Stand over in the corner until I'm convinced you're not here to kill me.
Okay. So, this place is a piece of shit.
Wasn't expecting company.
Who are we hiding from?
What do we imagine this place looks like right now that leaves? I mean, it's just gotta be gross.
Yeah, it's
You know what I
gotta
mean?
be pretty gross.
Just like cans of baked beans stacked up in a corner.
I mean, I do kind of imagine SpongeBob SquarePants' little pineapple under the sea. But like with tech. I don't know why.
I think that's great. Pineapple. You know, you're trudging through the snow and you see a big SpongeBob pineapple.
Your phone's ringing.
I've been wondering what that sound is. Thank you.
Girlfriend?
Wife.
We don't have marriage where I'm from.
You don't have it?
Nope.
Like satellite television? It's just not available in your area?
No, there's a whole theory behind it. It's important to have genetic diversity, so we're encouraged to have multiple partners in our lifetime.
Oh. So this is that's like this theory that, there needs to be genetic diversity because they're on this ship, right? 27,000 Earthlings. And you got to propagate the species, right? And so genetic diversity is important. However, it's like, have you heard about this app? Speaking of Iceland, hello, Iceland.
Yes.
This app that they have in Iceland.
Are we related?
Yes, because Iceland is only 374,000 people, I believe. And it's an island, so you're kind of there with the people who are there. And so you need to make sure that when you're on a date with someone, that they are not your cousin. And so there's a dating app specifically to avoid people banging their cousins, basically.
Woo!
And that same issue would be like on this ship. So it's like you'd have to have people would need to be tracked,
Yeah.
in terms of like who they're related to and stuff like that. Otherwise, you finally set down in your destination and everyone's all like inbred and weird. You know what I mean?
Has nine thumbs.
9 thumbs is what they have. Okay, it's all becoming clear to me now.
What?
You come from some sort of commune out in the countryside, don't you? The kind they're going to make a documentary about in 10 years because you all decided to kill yourselves so you'd get beamed up to the mothership or whatever.
What?
You have no last name, and your first name is a fruit, and you come from some sort of free love cult. I didn't think you guys existed anymore.
That's not where I'm from at all.
Okay, intentional communities,
Intentional communities.
Like communes, right?
Sure.
Eco villages, things like that. Always end up being like real wild, right? Intentional communities have been around for a very, very long time. The first intentional community, they estimate, was in the 2nd century BCE. The Essenes, which was a Jewish sect, and they lived around the Dead Sea, right?
Yeah.
And then throughout the years, intentional communities used to be like strictly religious, and then they became about like utopian aspirations and about like environmental sameness, about like we all believe this about the environment, so we're going to live this way and stuff like that.
Yes.
And then they became crazy bananas, like in the 70s, like with fucking Charles Manson and shit. My dad was a musician here with a record deal like in the late 60s, and they would play gigs around town. And one time, and over there in the Topanga Canyon, played a gig at a nudist colony.
What?
And it was weird, but it was a gig. You know what I mean? Turns out that when you take the bird's eye view of intentional communities writ large, throughout their history, they have a 90% failure rate. Okay, so most intentional communities, almost all intentional communities, completely fail. Unintentionally fail. The intentional communities unintentionally fail.
Anger.
What?
You said the reason your life sucked was because of anger.
Oh, right.
What did you mean by that?
People rarely come off the way they actually feel. The calm ones tend to be the most nervous. The open and loving ones tend to be the control freaks. The devoutly religious, consistently, the biggest sexual freaks you'll ever meet in your life. You wouldn't know it to look at me. When I was young, I was pretty mad. Mad at my parents, then mad at my planet, then mad at the universe. That anger became pretty important to me. Living in that anger was more important to me than the people in my life were. I lost them and held on to the anger. And then, one day, I wasn't angry anymore. And when I realized that, I took a look around, and everyone was gone.
It's interesting to look at that moment. It's that what he was talking about just then. It's interesting to look at that and then think about Young Leif, because when it's like when you're listening to Young Leif, like Evan's portrayal of Leif is not an angry one. Like he doesn't seem angry.
Yeah.
Like he seems like totally chill, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
But it was like Leif was saying in this monologue, it's like people are usually the opposite of the way that they act, you know? Because when you look at like how chill Evan is in moments, young Leif is in moments, but then you see him literally blow up a building and
Full of people.
like, kills 100 of the science priests of Moog in one fell swoop, kills all of them,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah. Without blinking,
without blinking an eye, you know,
As a present.
as a
Yeah.
present, you know, to his partner, right?
Yeah.
He meets Verge, does not hesitate to get into a criminal enterprise at all.
Yeah.
So it's like all of these actions. And then also, like, leaving Verge to go be a pirate, which he didn't have to do. But he needed to screw it up. You know, he needed to screw it up for himself, because that's what you do when you're angry, is you screw things up for other people and for
Yeah.
yourself, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's interesting to hear that monologue and think about young Leif, because when you look at how the character is portrayed, he seems like super great guy. You know, he seems like, you know, kind of a nice guy to hang out with. You know, but when you look at the actions that he takes in Young Leif, you can see that undercurrent of, and then like the scene with his dad, you know, which is so horrible.
Yeah.
And you see that undercurrent of anger, even though he's just in, you know, up front is this guy who seems like a fun guy to hang out with. But there was a lot of really dark shit actually going on, you know.
Right.
And when you look at it through the lens of this monologue, it's interesting.
Yeah.
It's not like there are many kids out there that like doing their homework, but few of them flat out refuse and then cite the fact that Finland has banned all homework and have better educated students than most countries.
Finland.
This is true. Homework is verboten in many countries. Finland is one of them.
Many countries.
Yes.
Okay.
Finland, you can assign no homework before the age of 7. You can maybe assign like a half an hour of homework after that. But they believe that homework is terrible. So does Japan.
Wow.
Yeah. So does South Korea. So does the
Okay.
Netherlands.
I mean, that
These
makes
are
sense.
all countries that say, we're stressing these kids the fuck out, and they need time to just like kick a ball be kids, and we need to leave them alone. You have several hours of the day with them. You're telling me that you can't get all the work done in that time? You can.
Right.
So yeah, a lot of countries, they, you know, as part of their educational policies, they say no homework.
A bad memory or two can move like a storm across a life, darkening the landscape and causing us to forget that there's a blue sky just past the gray.
You were the voice I heard.
What's that now?
You were the voice I heard in the radio. You were the voice I followed.
It's very possible. My wife and I are always sending out the word along the airwaves. It can end up in most interesting of places.
What is happening?
We're getting to know each other, Clementine. Isn't that why you stopped by? I certainly hope there isn't some other nefarious purpose to you showing up on our front steps.
You know, Neil and Julie, in this whole sequence, Clementine shows up, and just the way that they orchestrate the, like, weaponized folksiness of this scene,
Yeah.
it's just like, it's so disorienting. Like, if I was Clementine in the scene, I would be like, I'm scared, and I don't know why. Because they're being really nice to me, but something else is going on, and I don't know what it is. It's really, they really killed it. It was really great.
Yeah.
There's this tradition that runs in my family. When your tea is done, you turn the cup over into your saucer, and the arrangement of what's left behind can be used for a bit of divination. Isn't that something? Couldn't tell you how many eggs you got in a hen house or some such, but the arrangement of the leaves could give one the broad strokes, you understand. The gist of things. Let you know of a harsh winter on the way, or if your sweetheart is to ask your hand in marriage, or if an enemy is about.
Tassiography is what this is called.
Whatiography?
Tassiography.
Tassiography, okay.
Tassiography, which is the reading of tea leaves.
Uh-huh.
Sometimes it's you wait until you've drank all the tea, and then you look at the leaves that are at the bottom of the cup, and then sometimes you drink all the tea, and then you turn the cup over, and then you look at how the leaves fell out of the bottom of the cup.
Yes.
Right? Originated in Greece and Persia, and then Romani people took tassiography and they brought it upwards into Europe.
Okay.
And it spread throughout Europe, this sort of thing of, reading tea leaves, seeing your future, seeing how much money you're going to make next year, all of that stuff.
Time is the substance I am made of. Time is a river that sweeps me along, but I am the river. It is a tiger which destroys me, but I am the tiger. It is a fire which consumes me, but I am the fire.
So the only thing that we heard more in season 3 than what was probably Clementine saying this. Time is the substance I am made of, etc., etc. This is
Borges.
Borges was a really fascinating dude. Incredibly just fascinating person. Wrote a lot of just like really amazing short stories that are just like ambiguous and mind-blowing and like and there's just tons of them. And it's the kind of thing like as soon as you finish reading it, you're like, I have to read the whole thing again because I missed so much, even though I totally got it. Like there's this one, like The Book of Sand is one of them. Okay. The Book of Sand is about a man who acquires this book, and the book is infinite. Okay, so it's written in an unknown language. He doesn't know what the book, but it's like he keeps turning the pages, and there's always more pages. But there's also these illustrations, and he gets so intrigued by this book, and he keeps trying to like document it and like translate it, and he realizes that this book is like sucking him in, like this book is like taking over his whole life. And so the man is like, I have to get rid of this book, right? And so he's like, I'm gonna set it on fire. But then he's like, wait, if I set it on fire and the pages are infinite, then it will just keep burning and the smoke will eventually fill up the entire world. So I can't set it on fire. Wow. And eventually he doesn't have anything, he doesn't know what to do. And so he just takes the book and he goes to the National Library and he just puts it on the shelf and then walks away. His thinking was like, the best place to hide a leaf is in the forest. Right?
Yeah.
And the whole thing really is about the seductiveness of the infinite and trying to just pull away from that because it will suck you in forever, right? And so you have to turn away from it so that you can like be a human being on the planet Earth. That there are these ideas you have to turn away from.
Just like TikTok.
Exactly like TikTok, honey, because it just keeps scrolling.
Yeah.
And it never stops, honey. So, this passage that Clementine repeats throughout the season isn't actually from one of his stories. It's actually from an essay of his. He wrote this essay called A New Refutation of Time. And it was an essay about how he argues that time is not a fundamental reality, right? That time is based on change, and change, in fact, is an illusion. Change is just the juxtaposition of moments that are essentially eternal. right? So he starts with a guy named George Berkeley, who is a philosopher. And George Berkeley's thing was, there is no matter, only perceptions, right? And then he puts that on top of a guy named David Hume. And David Hume said that there is no self,
Yes.
only sensations.
Yes.
Right? So he goes on to say that there is no time outside of the present moment. And when he writes a story, he doesn't experience the story chronologically, right? He experiences the story all at the same time. Therefore, he says time is a static field with all of the moments in time existing simultaneously, right?
Yeah.
He argues, though, that time, even though it's not real, is a necessary illusion, and that we need it to function, but we should never mistake time for reality.
Jeez.
And that's a new refutation of time, in a nutshell, right?
Wow. Okay.
And then there's Clementine, repeating that passage from his essay, even though she doesn't know what it is.
Yeah.
So that's where that comes from. Boreas, very interesting dude. Please read all of his stories.
Now what?
Keep your eye on it. 3, 2, 1.
Oh!
Good catch.
Frisbee.
Frisbee.
What else does it do?
That's it.
It's fun. I'm scared to throw it back.
I am also scared for you to throw it back.
So are we.
Thanks for not yelling at me.
What good would it have done? It was a year ago. Here we are now.
It was a year ago?
Yes.
Oh. Weird. I thought I was getting better at that. I've been really distracted.
Everything okay?
Yeah, it will be. Where's June?
Well, it's 1 a.m, Clementine, so June's either at her home, someone else's home, or the bar.
Oh, sorry. What are you doing here?
I sleep here sometimes.
Oh. Why?
Honestly, I sleep here all the time. I came back to town when I took this place over after my dad. I haven't really worked out where I live yet.
Your dad. He passed away?
He did, yeah.
I'm sorry.
Thank you.
I lost my mother.
You remember?
Yeah. I was, I don't really know how to explain it, but it all came rushing back to me all at once. I had to remember losing her all over again.
That's fucking terrible, Clementine. I am so sorry.
I'm okay. Now I'm okay.
I can't imagine having to go through that twice.
It was good that I did. It was good. It made me decide something.
What's that?
That I'm never going to lose anything ever again.
Buddy.
Really?
Yes.
That
Buddy.
sounds pretty impossible.
That's just because you don't know me, Frank.
Okay.
If you could bring him back, would you?
That is a bad question to ask yourself.
I know. It's crazy, but just come with me into the craziness. If you could have... not bring him back, but if you could have made it all never have happened, would you?
I think anyone would.
What if there was something you had to do to make that happen? Is there anything you wouldn't do?
No. I hate to say it, but no. Honestly, there's nothing I wouldn't do. I miss him all the time.
Okay. Thanks for not asking me a bunch of questions.
I've decided I don't want to know the answers to any questions I have for you.
Okay.
Don't take that the wrong way.
No, I won't. Hey, do you mind if I stay here tonight?
Well, we are at a motel.
It feels safe here. I can pay you. I've got, hang on. I've got this. Does this work?
That looks like about 1,000 Canadian dollars, Clementine.
Is that enough?
It's fine.
At least it's not more gold.
Please don't bring up the gold. You're in room 7, right? The door's unlocked, keys in the bedside table.
Fun.
Do you need a bucket of ice?
No, I think I'll go right to bed. I've got a big day tomorrow, Frank.
Oh, yeah? What are you doing?
I'm not doing anything. But there's all sorts of things I need to undo. Good night, Frank.
Good night, Clementine.
Lovely music choice.
Claire de Lune. We did it. Midnight Burger is made possible.
We did
in part
it.
by
Now I
Monte
have a
Cristo
question.
level and you have a question. Wilson, Billy, Bert. What is your question? Second Bethany, Stu, Rusty Accord, a bug named Nell. You look
Well,
very intense right now. You look very
My question is...
lost in thought.
My question is, did she go back to other timelines? Like what? Because none of our diner friends
Yeah.
clearly remember any of these things.
Right.
It's not like she's very forgettable.
Right.
So what?
Okay. So remember, when you go back in time, and you, in the world of Midnight Burger anyway,
Yes.
when you go back in time and you take an action,
Yes.
that action that you take creates another timeline,
Yes.
right? So you're now no longer in that timeline. You're now in this new timeline where Leif met a woman named Clementine when he
Right.
was hiding out on the ice planet,
Right.
right?
Yes. So she went back to that time,
Yes.
and her being there is the action,
yes.
and she just made a mess.
Yes. Because she is like just bull in a china shop all the time.
Mess.
Like just mess. The whole season.
Yeah.
Mess.
So it's like, I
Nothing but
want to
mess.
know some stuff, so I'm going to go find out
Yeah.
while making a mess.
Yeah, while making a huge mess.
Okay.
Is that it?
Yep.
Okay. All right. That was easy. You had this look on your face like, I have an incredibly grave and important thing.
The
that I
look
need
was
to ask you.
because I didn't know how to articulate it and
Okay.
not sound like a dummy, which I'm not sure I accomplished. But whatever, it's fine.
You did not sound like a dummy at all. It's very, when you get into the timeline bullshit, it's very confusing.
You know why?
Why?
Because time travel is stupid.
Time travel is stupid. It really is. And it always makes a mess.
Yeah.
And it's never satisfying.
Yeah.
Or at least it shouldn't be. Right? All this stuff about going back and fixing the time. All the stuff that Clementine's trying to do. You know?
Yeah.
No. Bad.
Come on.
Stop it.
Clementine. Tiny.
You know who shouldn't stop it, though, honey? Everybody listening to this show right now.
Everybody listening.
We did it. We made it to the end of
Yes,
chapter
we
23.
did.
Know your enemy, you know? Kind of a crazy episode. Like when you listen to it, I go back and listen to it again. It's just like, this is different
Yeah.
from all of the other things. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and it's like, ooh, different. And then all of a sudden later you're in Jerusalem. But don't worry about that right now. Everything's going to be fine.
We kept doing things that were different from the normal thing, which
Yeah.
means that there is no normal thing anymore. It's like going back in time and creating another timeline.
Ooh.
Anyway,
Yay.
thank you very much for joining us for Chapter 23. Here we
You
are,
guys
Chapter 23.
are the greatest.
Hiatus Fest 23-24. It is happening right in front of your faces.
Well, inside your earballs.
Inside your earballs, it's where it's happening, everybody. So what we like to do, of course, at the end of every single damn one of these episodes is we like to read this incredibly long list of mofos.
Honey,
Yes.
you can do it. I believe in you.
Okay, see, you're already psyching me out, right?
No, I'm giving you support.
Putting too much pressure on me.
This is
right?
supportive. I'm being supportive.
I appreciate your support, and it's lovely.
I don't
Anyway.
believe you.
Thank you very much for joining us, everyone. Please send us more questions.
Yes,
Send
all
us more
your questions.
We'd love to hear more follow-ups. We'd love to hear how you react to things. We'd love to, what, do you want magic to be real or do you want the dinosaurs? You know, let us know. I'm
we
assuming
still
you don't
want to
want
know who wants a cat.
who yet. Sure. We want that as well.
As long as it's the right answer. That's right.
All right. So, let's wrap it up. Chapter 23. Let's stick a fork in it. We love you very much. Thank you for
love
listening.
you so much.
We will be talking to you again in just 1 week.
With
So,
chapter 24.
For Chapter 24, Big Rock.
Yes! Big rock.
Big
I
Rock.
love it.
So
All
let's
right.
do it. Here we go. Big
Woo!
list of people. Bert's Army. Monte Cristo level and above supporters. Here we go. Wilson, Billy, Bert, Bethany, Second Bethany, Megan Mighty, Siobhan Delilah Rose, Stabby Cacti, Dan Bowman, Deary Darling, Casper's #1 fan, Stu, Tess Bart, Nan McVicker, Rusty Accord, A Bug Named Nat, Mothra Stewart, Hicks Bezzy Mates, Daniel L., Mitzi Lou, Life is Liminal, G. Longhorn, Lucrezia, Amy Pollard, Zehoni Vida, Brick Hausdorff, The Wading Pool Pirates, Past Prologue, Little Ball of Odd, Dr. Puntgusher Esquire, Stepan, Chelsea G., Code Stranger, Shocking Development Snare of Eye, Lydia Kenworthy, Mel Momberg, Cosmic Shrug, Osvaldo Simeone, Bradley Ashby, Kingpin, Nespel, Boodles, Rashmi Venkatesh, Rubius Fuzzlebutt, Miss Chris Still Making Sandwiches, Hot Plate of Biscuits and Gravy, Banshee Ranch, Killshot Betty and her Steel-Eyed Bow, Victor in Cincinnati, Bacon, Kurt Bartnick, Russell Bunny, Kim Bob, Tom Webster, Sherbert Aggressive, Infinity Times Infinity, Saint Fu, Roman Ronan, D. Fox, Matt Mosby, J. Spark, J. Way Mythical, The Real Dirt Fairy, Hayabuda, Azules, Rubies, Lady Karma, Amar J. Dibble, Stephanie Sturgis, The Dread Pirate Fred Fredberger, Ryan Ortega, Rogue, Liz Laser Eyes, William Dyer, Hurry Up and Wait, Ang Ree, Ivy, Raphael S.K., Cole, Cameron Winterborn Welsh, Your Favorite Kenny, Galatea, Reaper, Black Squirrel, Evie Power, SCRB Mark 11, Robert Oliveri, Berserking Off, Hayward's Finest Garen Elizondo, Genuine Jacob, Schnugens, Joshua Cody, Kelly Jane Danke, Ambient Drifting Man 80, Chewy Balooey, Mossy, Whitney, Destroyer of Worlds, Quentin Elizabeth Jones, Stephen Robin Poole, Stephen Schmidt, Crazed Bear, Pathos, Amanda Marie Catherine, The Something Something Detective Agency, Alexica Habanera, Underwater Corvid, Virgo Aries Infinity, Julian Barber, Sir Cat Dad, Jane Goosetree, Brad Manier, The Ambergler, Velocicate, Gracefully Impaired, Daniel Arthur, Crystal Delightful, Petting Dogs, Phantom Zone, William Orain, Crowed Nation, Screme Brulee, Jack Lane, Lola, Mad Maddox, Phantom Turtle, Chaos Squatcher, Bookshift Managed, Aaron the Optimist, Andrew Barner, Criddle, Camel Pope, Ted's Loves Catherine, Kristen Davis, Shane Lee, Tuba Rick, Ryan Abbey, Patrick Jenkins, Julia Kringlin, Clara Olson, Justine Burbank, Sunny D. Anomaly, Peachy Zatoichi, The Bard with the Tuba, ALR, Jane, Chris Hancock, Sammy Baldwin, Zeno, Dances with Burritos, Apprehensive Craig, Terrifying Genderless Space Pirate Uncle Buck, Caravan Shaker, Trinket Coralie, Charlie DeLambert, Deli Cruz, Sarah Data, Edgy Steve, Gruntled, Rekka Ayumu, Disco Demons, Incorrigible Ross, Hashtag Nissan Acura, Lyra Orchid, Quilandus, Heidelberty, Potato Nation, La Cockney Francaise, Alice Malice, Podge Art, Rudra, Starlight, The Captain, Freya Titmittens, Patrick Graney, Celeste Yos, Corinne Sabrantha, Weirdly Nordic Leviathan, Shar Noble, Matt N., Sean Wright, JRR on SFP, McClump, Michael Christian, Wandering Aquarius, Allison, Moldy Bread Millie, Mike Whiskey and Your Friend Frosty, Techno Ranger Rick, Harry Fishnuts, Dr. Glass, Charmay, Kyle of Light, Brockawini, Theo Alex Steen, Lattice Action Figure, Scissors sold separately, Flat Doug, Sarah Farmer, Arrow of Truth, Casey Howe, Purple Saline, The Wondrous Methazophon, Antigone Brickman, The Love Pod Podcast, Nicole 23, Lahari, J Mac Diz, Take 20 Damage, Feed Bafish, Saren Far Beyond the Stars, Spizzerinctum, Smelga Snorowitz, Samira, Blargo, Onyx Rose, Spoomples, Chut Brimble, Battle Pope and Bugaboo, Sweets, Amanda Eller, Tonka 2005, Death the Kid, Hold It Now, Hit It, Max Savage, Tamara Oliver, Kelsey Home, Jackie Wavelet, Marissa, Daniel Gregory, Amanda Short, Damien the Goddamn Time Lawyer, Terry, Tim Aranetta, Magic Pony, Jay Snooston, Maggie's Yarm, That Chick in Florida, Rebecca Trossel, Andy Croft, Zealous Pragma, Ben Barr, Lucid Harbor, Tybalt the First, Aaron Mitchell, Raven the Necco Queen, Ashley Chapel Peoples, Teddy of the Wasteland, Jimmy Snims, Melvis Gray Mystery, Alkali's Tertiary Amines, Relentless Rick, Ohm Vega, More and Less, Al Cave, Biggie, Kevin Batten, Creator 67, Sono Nasuno, John Dew, Courtney DePona, Snorts McGorts, John Pruitt, Justin at the Tree Cave, Ruth McCormick, It's Just Blake, Evinola, The Pearsons, Tired Pirate Muffin, JR the Hiker Bear, Turtles All the Way Down, Fiona Malasey, Azza, Menlor, Rachel Rachelson, Nicole Studioso, Moldy Bread Millie, Tracy, Elspeth, Jesse Adams, Colibri, The Green Street Major, Posh Baby Rentals Florida, Jessica Shelton, Dex, Nate, Megan Okio, Three Legs Are Perfectly Good, Jeremiah, Mars Royalty, Sarah Murphy, Peter, Malaran, Marun Mai Salil, Noah and Katie, Late Indeed Again, Beastly Death, Unexciting K, Ian Hertzler, Vicky Abear, Mother of Thor, Huey 702S, Cryptesia, Fireball XL5, Nth Anomaly, Atlas B, Salazar the Domage, Spruce Box, Fresh Squeezed, Laura, Ryan Abbey, Frelp, Susanna, Best Buds Danny and M, Eliza Smith, Captain Blep, Finnegan Robert, Lord Than and Lady SARS, Ashton James, Paul A. Johnson, Callison, Hunter B, Zachy Nat, Big Whiskey, Talon Lawson, Deidre, Hannah Dale, Ted Wasanasan, Sarah McGuire, Naya, Cara, Julia, Ben and Jessica, Tarvok Stormbringer, Just Jane is Fine, Dandy Bay, Bobby G, Cece Ryder, Maisie's Bandstand, The Combat Wombat, Sven the Unlikely, K Mac, Rambo, Kirsten, Eli the Electrician, Jackie Lowy, Adelaide Dark, Manglerfish, Sweet Michelle, Good God There Are So Many Names, Jesus Christ Another Name, Curtis Charles Sr., David Pierini, Terrified Toddler, Dalek Steve, Dancing Dog Dreams, and Existentially Exhausted Bean.
You did it!
Oh my God.
Woo!
Woo!
You guys.
We did it. All right. Thank you very much, everyone.
Amazing.
We love you very much. We will see you
greatest.
in 1 week. Bye-bye.
Bye. Oof, honey.
The Fable and Folly Network, where fiction producers flourish.
This show is sponsored by BetterHelp. It's a simple truth. No matter who you are, mental health challenges can affect you, and how you manage them can make all the difference. That's why everyone should have access to mental health support that meets them where they are and helps them get through. BetterHelp provides online therapy on your schedule. It's flexible, simple to use, and more affordable than in-person therapy. Connect with a licensed therapist selected just for you. Learn more at betterhelp.com. That's betterhelp.com.